Team Sprint နဲ့ 1x Park မင်းငါတို့နဲ့တူရှိနေရင်မင်းအနိုင်ရမယ် Screen တွေကြောင့်သင်ပွဲအတွက်အဲ့ဒီမှာသင်ရှိနေတာ Team Sprint နဲ့ 1x Park မင်းငါတို့နဲ့တူရှိနေရင်မင်းအနိုင်ရမယ် Screen တွေကြောင့်သင်ပွဲအတွက်အဲ့ဒီမှာသင်ရှိနေတာ Team Sprint နဲ့ 1x Park မင်းငါတို့နဲ့တူရှိနေရင်မင်းအနိုင်ရမယ် Screen တွေကြောင့်သင်ပွဲအတွက်အဲ့ဒီမှာသင်ရှိနေတာ Team Sprint နဲ့ 1x Park မင်းငါတို့နဲ့တူရှိနေရင်
Hello မင်္ဂလာပါကျွန်တော်တို့ပွဲလေးတစ်ပွဲကြည့်လိုက်ကြပါနော်
Stranglehold Heroic had on the early laning phase. They're topping the CS chart, but the net worth is starting to swing. And more importantly, there's just not the equivalent pressure going into the AM. The helmet's flying out for him. He's getting some decent net worth on that top lane. Way better start for Pure than we saw that other time around.
Yeah, the fact that BB team is actually up in gold now, how concerning is that for Heroic, considering the fact they put in so much effort to win the laning phase, and it seems like the latter part of this has not worked out for them.
Still fine. I mean, you can still snowball this game. You can still put pressure on the lanes with Chen rotations. You can look for the Shaker Blink. You can look for the stacking on the triangle too, right? Schofield trying to just deward these sentries to free up the camps. It's been a nuisance for them. So no stacks created at the 6-minute mark. Could hamper Analog's momentum here. You can't find kills, you got to go back to that jungle. And if there's nothing waiting for you in the jungle, then where are you going on the map?
I was expecting to see teams put more resources into blocking out these camps, just because it has been one of the reasons that Earthshaker has been so highly valued, right? You just pick this hero up, even if you lose the lane, you have this guaranteed fallback, and if you win the lane and you get it a bunch of ancient stacks, you're just so far ahead of anybody else, it's hard to fight.
If I see Shaker or Sand King mid, I'm going in there and I'm blocking those camps as much as I can. That's your biggest accelerant going into that mid game. So Analog definitely getting slowed down here. Whisper trying to make up for it, doing some creep fighting. Very hard targets are all in and
might be able to get him here.
And they're going to try.
Yeah, a decent amount of mana, so Pure can do some damage, and with the Void Spirit, it's guaranteed to go back in out for the Glimpse. And GPK nets another one. Analog will cut what waves he can just to try and deny some golden experience away from BB team, but the damage has been done. Pure, despite Kataomi's roaming around the map, is 33-7 in CS. This is, I mean, he had this similar CS score in like 15 minutes last time around.
Oh, he's cruising here. Way stronger and more fluid early game for BB team.
Hello, အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါเนาะကျွန်တော် comment လေးဖတ်တာနည်းနည်းလေးနောက်ကျမယ်เนาะအားလုံးပဲ sorry ပါ comment လေးဖတ်တာနည်းငယ်လေးတော့နောက်ကျပါမယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ comment ပေးရတဲ့လူတွေလည်းအခုလောဆယ်မှာတော့မရှိပါဘူးခင်ဗျာကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်အားလုံးပဲလူမျိုးအားပေးကြလို့
If Heroic can't battle back,
and they need Analog
to
battle back. Faster he gets his blink dagger, better. Good glimpse. Make sure the Kataomi stays alive. Schofield is getting a little behind here in experience.
I was just looking at it. This Queen did not want to take a lot of the experience off the lane from the Bristleback and has done some stacking. So Schofield's going to be the one super far behind in this game. I mean, he can absolutely make up for it in the fights, get that experience back. But he is a big playmaker for the squad. It hurts to see him on this super sacrificial role. Maybe you'll leech a bit off the stacks here, and you got to pay him back somehow.
Right? He secures the power rune for GPK. Question is, will GPK go into the triangle at the right time here? The Earthshaker has been missing for such amount of time. He's got to be careful not to get too close, though. Analog is going to hold on to the Echo Stem for as long as possible. BB team will manage to soak some of that experience. Now GPK, now the stacks are cleared, he goes in for a kill. He'll chase after Schofield, misses the Remnant this time around, still got the glimpse on him. 2 seconds till the blink is back up. The bushwhack lands before the blink can get him away to safety.
They did get some of that experience leech. Kataomi getting to level 5 off that stack being cleared. They sapped it across both heroes, I believe. Pretty decent win for BB team. It's really tough to get in there and contest and get the experience. It's a huge boon. Schofield will recover his game a little bit, also pushing up to level 5. Very even
fight တန်းရောက်သွားဟဲ့အေး Asian State တွေအများကြီးအဲ့လိုတော့ရှိတ်ကားနဲ့စားပြီးလိုက်တယ် level 5 တန်းရောက်သွားတယ် support အဲ့တဘောတော့ကောင်းတယ် offlane ကိုလည်းဗျာဒီကောင်နဲ့ထားလို့ရတဲ့ကောင် level သိရမလားဒီကောင်လည်း level ပိုရတယ် offlane နဲ့အဆင်ပြေတဲ့ကောင် level 7 သူကပတ်စားရတယ်ဗျာထားလိုက်ထားလိုက်
That's
being
even
share
more
stat
here.
hold on
Dynamic duo of Save and GPK.
Save
They
and
have been the ones on BB
GPK
team who have secured them or brought back many a mid game.
ရှူသွားတယ်
Just
တွေ့ပြီ
these two running around finding kills.
ရှူသွားယူသွားပြီ
Looking for
ဗျာ
one on Yuma here.
He's tanky.
He is. If Yuma had some sort of creep to jump to, he might have been able to get away. But even after the rebound, there was still the glimpse. BB team brought in
ဒီ
Katomi
တူ
for
တယ်ယူမ
Euros.
ယူမနဲ့တိုင်လဲနေဒီကွယ်ယူမနေငယ်တိုင်လဲနေတယ်လို့
You're out this bottom lane. The tower is free for the taking. It's a Lycan, it's a Helma Dom, it's kind of guaranteed.
It's just dying. Double troll summoner down here. All this skeleton rally on top of wolves, on top of each other. So much tower damage. This tier 1 just got shredded.
Trying to secure power runes here. Instead, going for the kill on Katomi. A Fissure will help out here.
Katomi, Katomi.
They certainly got it with the trade-off.
Yeah.
GPK trying to do some damage. Sonic Wave just got picked up. Big damage on Save in the back line. They focus on GPK though. And they've got the Sentry in place. Despite the Invis Room pickup, they still hit the kill necessary for Heroic. As it felt like things were slipping away a little bit.
Really nice connections from Schofield. He hits 3 screams plus the Sonic Wave on 2. Max damage coming out from that fight. Your Queen of Pain right there. Hits his mark. That's exactly what you want from this support. It'll get him to an early fighting item here. And a really nice connection with the
ဘယ်လို
chorus.
အဲ့လိုက်ကန်ကိုင်းတဲ့ကောင်တွေကတော့တာရတယ်အေးစေးပဲ
I will say this combination of mids that are able to go hit jungle, the Earthshaker, Beastmaster, the two that come to mind, clear out stacks, giving an opportunity for supports that fall behind like Schofield did in this game and just give them the mid lane for a while, right? It has done wonders for a lot of these 4 positions that have found themselves a little bit starved in experience trying to give solo to their off lane.
I agree. They did a nice job recovering Schofield here, prioritizing and do not want that Sonic Wave on off the map for too long.
Straight up Echo is the burst damage. There it is. They got him with the trio of Whisper, Analog, and Schofield. They pick up that kill, but the pressure from BB Team is still on. They may be finding kills around the map for Heroic, but BB Team are taking towers.
The rally continues here. Glyph already popped this tower. It's gonna fall really fast, and you use that Echo top, so they're very confident to push. In fact, they want more. They
Anime
want
ကို
mid
အဲ့
and a
အဲ့
kill
အဲ့
top.
ပေါက်လို့ရှိရင်ရှေ့ကထိန်းလို့ရတယ်
Plus the sharp shot.
ကောင်းပါပြီ
Get the shot on him. He's going to be broken into the Static Storm for the guarantee. Not messing about whatsoever. As Heroic back away after taking the tower of their own, they lose a core.
This is a really fast-paced game right now. Everybody's just looking for more off of the initial play, and those are generally the games where Disruptor thrives. Because you always get that +1. You always get that secondary kill off the little tower of the fight. Kataomi having himself a very strong early game here. Sonic Wave back up for him.
Got him, but they used the glimpse, so unfortunately a bit of overlap there. Doesn't matter. GPK, thanks to the amp damage, had more than enough to bring down Schofield and another outer tower pressure. The kill combo of GPK and Save, combined with Miro and his efficiency in taking towers, is taking map control away from Heroic at a blistering pace.
This is where this
Let's
Anthony
agree,
is so much different than past
agree.
iterations of the hero. I mean, Pure has contributed with this helm to a lot of pushes. He's been stable on that top lane. He's farming incredibly fast. You picked him off twice, but he has not slowed his game down at all.
And you simply can't say the same about Yuma's Marcy.
Nope.
Another break onto the Bristleback. Underneath the tier 2, this just cannot happen. Sonic Wave goes out, already got them to assimilate. Nice hit from Yuma though. Lands on top of the Void Spirit, toss him back into Kataomi. They'll finish off with the support. But can they get the core? This is a crucial kill. That'll stop him in his tracks. Heroic, they do strike back. Just about to point out the fact that Yuma, despite having top net worth, has not really been an active force in this game, but he shows up at the perfect time.
The points he has chosen, though, have been very good. That mid-fight where he helped them get
ဒီ
extra.
ကလေကင်းကတော့ခတ်မှတ်တင်တယ်ဟီရိုတွေကဂျက်တန်ဟယ်လိုဟီရိုတွေအားပေးကြမယ်လေအားပေးမယ်လေဟီရိုတွေကြိုက်ပါတယ်သူရမိုးနော်သူရမိုးညီရောက်ရှိလို့လာပြီ
Best
ဟုတ်တယ်
tournament ever. I think that is easy to say. He's continuing to put the pressure on here. Quick smoke from Heroic. The pace just does not stop. They want to free up some space to finish the Marcy BKB. No Sonic Wave for this play, but you do have that Echo Slam Blink Dagger available for Analog. Looking to find his mark. Would love to find a big core target off this smoke. Especially if you're bringing multiple cores. This could be Whisper just
Multiple
farming that
core,
Axe.
multiple
Instead, he's
core.
looking for the aggressive potential. Scan hits.
All right, as he's on top of the Ancients. Perfect
Oh,
opportunity for
Echo Slama Jama.
a ton of
Slama မသေးဘူးရောက်ရေးမလဲတို့ကလည်းအိုးပုံပြတ်သေးပြီပုံပြတ်ရွှေနေပဲအိုး Oh my fucking god.
A glimpse to pull him back to his doom. They thought they had the opportunity. Mira was farming up Ancients, but the damage, they underestimated just how tanky this Lycan truly is.
A total disaster of a play.
down,
They just didn't have the Ags on the bristle. You're missing a lot of damage. There's not that many creeps around for this Echo Slam, and that Wolf, he's got over 2,000 HP. That is not an easy target to go in, especially without that Sonic Wave. Again, you made that play without the Queen of Pain ulti. If you have it, it's a guaranteed kill.
With the Lycan coming online, this Helm of the Overlord.
Khu yaတူတူတယ်နာမည်လေးကဘယ်လိုရတူတူစိတ်နာနေ
Neutral
ရ
camps
လား
where he lays this Aether Remnant. And all these outer towers gone. It feels like Heroic is just going to be shoved into, you know, their own little 1/3 of the map. And it's going to be BB Team owning everything else, which is really scary to think about when the Battle Fury is completed for Pure. Right? He's just going to be hoovering up the entire map.
And their catch is really limited. This is a great catch team, but you only have so many spells to try and find this AM with. And as you said, there's a lot of units that are going to be on this map from both teams. A lot of Doms in this game. You have Chen Creeps, you have Lycan Wolves, a lot of scouting potential to help you rat if you really want to. And that is part of BB Team's game plan here. They want to free up the space for the Lycan and the AM to just get these side lanes in. They're going to be ghosts on the map. You're not going to be able to catch them. This next 10 minutes could be really difficult for Heroic to find the type of team fight they're looking for.
If they can find that fight, though, the BKB on Marcy
It's good
should
right
ensure they win it. Like, I feel like they do win on 5-on-5. It's just unlikely they get the initiation for it as BB Team continues to pick them off around the map. Schofield shot down right in front of his mid-tier 2. Not even the middle of the map is safe.
And this is the issue. This kill team can play around that mid lane. You're going to have issues shoving it back out unless you commit multiple cores here. And the whole time you're worrying about this situation, AM's farming out top, Lycan's farming out bottom. Side lanes are getting pushed back in from units. This map is not fun to play right now.
Analog will be able to match the Void Spirits ghost shove that he's able to do with his own Fissure spam.
Yeah, but look at how clumped they are. Afraid to go on GPK. I mean, especially with the shield rune, he's just unkillable right now.
Yeah.
But you're getting corralled. A lot of heroes by this bottom tier 2. You have to regain some map control here. Either smoke out, get some wards, look for the pick off, or back each other up to get these lanes out. You have more information to play off of right now. This is turning into a lane shove game where the AM has free reign, and that is not the style of game you want with this Heroic lineup.
No, not at all.
Here's that smoke. They have everything available. Sonic Wave gives you the extra damage right now. And that BKB timing on Yuma, really powerful if he can just lay into some cores.
It feels like if this smoke doesn't land...
I mean, how do you land this smoke, though? This is the issue.
You just got to go blind. But if it doesn't land, I feel like they are almost going to be forced into late game scenarios. Right? It just doesn't feel like they're going to ever get enough map control to take over the mid game the way they want to.
This might land. Smoke from BB going straight into them, unaware of the position.
And it's 2 supports, but they throw it inside the Fissure pit. They do not hit the 2 supports that are on the side, but with they slip Bristleback cutting in from the side, they should be able to still get them. Schofield makes his blink away, but he's still going to tick out in the end. Pretty clumped. Spear's going to chase after him here. Echo Slam attempted, but GPK's already jumped away with it to Dissimulate. He's got a haste rune here. Oh, they're trying to blow him off the Marcy. No, the Fissure goes down. They've got the damage.
ထိုးနမင်းချက်တွေအဆောက်ဘက်တွေဟီရိုတွေဟီရိုတွေဟီရိုတွေဟီရိုတွေဟီရိုတွေဟီရိုတွေဒီဘက်အကြာကြီးဆော့အောင်ပဲတော့တက်လိုက်ဖြစ်လိုက်ဖြစ်နေရတာမှာ no worry မပြတ်ဘူးဟီရိုတွေကိုအားပေးမယ်ဟီရိုတွေကိုအားပေးမယ်
Very awkward
He
start. They
don't
thought
go
the smoke
AP,
broke because they were doing Roche, so you had to kind of blink in blind.
ဒီကလိုက်ခဲ့မပါဘူး
It gets the job done. This Shaker's just such a menace in these early
လိုက်ခဲ့
team
ပါလို့ရှိရင်
fights.
တော့ဖြည့်တဲ့မျိုးလေးပြောင်း
The
တော့ပြောင်း
supports
တယ်
going down for BB Team early means you lose all your control. Your cores are not that useful if you don't have stuns to back them up. The Lycan's a threat here. It does force a buyback out of Schofield, but Schofield's happy to commit this buyback to get a fight into that Roshan. It's just such a big win in this game when you were getting ratted onto these side lanes. And Pure not confident enough to go in here with limited resources, not great mana void targets this game. He doesn't want to be dragged into these fights right now. He'd rather have the game just be split up across the map. He was having a great time. Now all of a sudden Heroic pick up some steam. They're going to get another aura on the Chen as KJ will finish mech on top of the drum. A lot more sustain coming into this already pretty tanky lineup with the 2 brawlers on the front line plus the Marcy, who now is an Aegis.
Momentum shifting back over to Heroic side after that team fight. The smoke, it worked out beautifully. Now it's time to see if they can actually be a little bit more on the offensive, if they can actually get some of that map control back. Some of the ways they're trying to address this, it got Schofield going more lockdown in the Rod of Atos. Pure, he got hit by the stun, pushed back in. So much burst damage.
Beautiful connection there. That's a very limited window to hit that. They hit it absolutely on point, making his presence felt again. And that was Pure getting a little greedy, trying to kill some Chen creeps and Dom creeps. He actually mana voided them too. Just shows you how much it takes to get some of these off the map sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's been mana voiding neutral creeps.
Straight into the Queen of Pain, rewarded for the buyback earlier, and a nice shard to pick up. Silence could be really influential in this game, especially against the AM, against the Void Spirit. This is a super nice game for the Queen of Pain shard, especially when you're on support. Like, you can just aggressively blink in, go for the silence. If you trade your life for a core, that's a win. You're not a core Queen of Pain, who cares?
Found the disruptor. BB team maybe trying too hard to get control of the map. The disruptor very far forward there.
Oh, their momentum has been killed in this game. Heroic starting to take a lot more control than I expected.
Spots KJ trying to take some lotuses, and he's got no allies in the area. He's definitely gonna die. Whoa, man, BB team know it too, thanks to this lane ward they have at bottom.
Awkward area to end up as the Chen.
Yeah.
He's getting farmed though. And you gotta remember this Chen lineup. At like 30-35 minute mark, you get that third aura item on him. You have Hand of God to back it up. That's a lot of HP for this BB team to get through. They have pretty good single target focus, but their AoE team fight is really lackluster. So they have to pick their mark very well. They have to all in that first core that they see. Potentially even reset the fight after that. Getting one kill is not going to get them a team fight victory here.
Getting a bit of information.
Spotting
Spotting some heroes, maybe trying to block any potential smokes. Turning off this ward.
I would be surprised if BB...
Playing into Heroic. I don't know. It's a little different. 5, 6, 7 minutes ago, yeah, BB team had full control of the game. They may be able to pick off Analog here. Just too much damage.
Playing around that one ward they have down there, super nice find. Felt confident with the shield room plus Hand of God, but
Radiant's bottom tower is
the vessel off of GPK will negate a lot of that potential healing to come through. It gives you confidence to go for these pickoffs, and that's where this lineup will thrive. Just keep finding solo kill pickoffs. Don't let Heroic group up and take objectives or force the team fight. You're going to be a lot happier around the map. We see what the anti-mage is doing top. He'll instantly get pinged. I mean, you can ping him, but to go and kill this man takes a lot of time, takes resources.
Yeah, if you don't kill him right now, he's going to have a Manta, making it even harder to pick him off when you get that jump, like that silence from the Quap, for example.
Interesting smoke from BB. Going through the gate. Almost like they're reading some sort of play that was going to go on the AM, and they were trying to back him up. Instead, they just run into Whisper.
Yeah, it's just a Whisper. Now he has a BKB. He pops it now. He's got his team joining him. They've got some stuns on Pure. Pure is the one who has to blink away. And what they get out of it, still 250 gold off of that helmet. Something to work with.
BB team just out. Continue to farm the map. No reason to take that fight head on. That'll waste the Aegis period here for Yuma. Time's out. That next Roshan potentially in 3 minutes. You're looking at that.
I don't mean to be alarmist.
You really want it if you are Heroic. You gotta gear up for that fight. Timing sport.
I don't know. I mean, you're going to get Aghanim Scepter on the Void Spirit, but is that going to matter if you're matched up against triple BKBs?
The BKB timing is going to be tough for BB to fight into, but they potentially have Nullifier on Lycan, that Ags on the Void. If you can get to another item on the AM, I think that team fight is absolutely doable. Again, you're looking to go in, get a target, or pop BKBs, reset, kite that fight out, re-engage. It's not just an all-in slam.
Sure.
For Heroic, it's a lot more straightforward. I mean, you can just go in and slam.
Yeah, see hero, stun hero, all in.
Especially Yuma. If stuns connect on a target and he can get in there with the rebound, he's just going to shred anybody in this game. This Marcy AM matchup is not fun for AM until, you know, 4th, 5th item. You can start to kite the fight out and maybe survive. Even then,
I don't think it's
still
ever
good for Marcy. Yeah, I don't think it's ever good, but at least then you have a route to take the fight. Right?
Sure.
You can try and dodge and play away from the Marcy, kill other heroes, kite him out. But Yuma's got to be really confident in this matchup, and if he can finish this Daedalus, which is coming out very soon, it's going to take 2-3 seconds of stun duration. This AM's gone. And there it is.
There's the Daedalus and the damage buff up of the Vlads from the Chen.
You could also potentially find an Alpha Wolf in this game. You could buff his damage considerably here.
Yeah, and Bristleback won't say no to that either, right? We have 2 big physical damage hitters. And because we see this Bristleback scale up, we've unfortunately seen a battle for Bristleback even, but the Seeing Red facet is no joke going into the late game. And even the Earthshaker. A lot more magic damage out of him, but that Enchant Totem still hits pretty hard. This AM is not going to be protected in this game.
So I think you have to almost go 4 or 5 items on Pure before you take the head-on fight. I just don't think he can enter it. Maybe you get a really nice Mana Void target after BKBs are out.
They know he's here, but the Fissure just a little shy. GPK able to get a jump away, and now Schofield is an easy pickings for BBT.
Their long-range poke and kill is so nice with this trio.
Yeah.
Just so low committal. You can't turn that play. There's nothing to turn on.
Yeah. What much harder for, I think, particularly for Marcy, who is kind of the shortest range core of these initiators. Like, you really need... You can't really contest this like 1500 range that BBT is working with.
No shot. The fight for Heroic has to be and every time you overreach or that fight gets stretched out, way harder to connect with your biggest damage source. So more time for BB to split this map. Game continues to be dead even.
Yeah, well, look at that. I mean, Whisper is thinking the same thing. Yeah, I need to get on top of these heroes. He buys up a Blink Dagger. Yuma buys up a Blink Dagger. Double blinks for Heroic, trying to solve the gap close issue.
I like it. More mobility in the fight to find your core target. More instant damage follow-up on the stuns from the Shaker. That could be a big problem for you in this game. The blinks should fix that. Analog, he's going to find a gift down here.
Yeah, it's Pure. Once again, farming just a little bit too aggro. More than willing to drop double ultimates to get a big kill like this, particularly when Roshan is in that spawn tier.
That's a huge find. Absolutely huge. Just gifted. I mean, I think that was a look of surprise from Analog. He's like, wait, this is real AM just sitting here farming.
Yeah. And that Roche will be in 30 seconds time. So Heroic are going to set up for it, hoping it'll spawn sooner rather than later.
That's a really long spawn for them. A little unfortunate here.
But it also means they can just keep trying to take fights. We'll run into some wards, clear out the area. Thanks to a gem on Yuma, not even the Wolves are safe to scout out Heroic.
Max spawn. You try and force it now. 15 seconds on the AM.
Bottom tower is under attack.
There's a window here. I mean, they have a lot of physical burst to put into this.
I also feel like it's easy for them to do it with just 1 or 2 heroes. Not a ton of risk in that regard.
Yeah, you just man up here. I mean, again, BB's pit fighting is pretty lackluster. Even if you're clumped in that pit, what's to punish you? Static storm drop on a mass BKB lineup? Who cares?
And even the Wolves, if they're not killed by the Marcy, they're converted by the Chen. Schofield, I mean, he's been punished a number of times for these aggressive blinks. Apparently, he just does not care. The smoke wraparound, though, is coming from DBT. Moving up through the river, and Heroic have a lot of heroes inside this right now. This is pretty dangerous. They're just all inning for it. trying to finish up this Roshan now, and they will be able to do so before BB Team strike. Now, Sonic Wave goes out, and with Whisper blinking up to the high ground, it's hard for BB Team to get through. Nevertheless, they get on top of the Storm and take away the 2 supports. But do they want to fight this Marcy? After all, he's got BKB, he's got the Aegis, but it looks like Yuma is calling quits. He wants to back away. Whisper's going to do the same. Nullifier placed onto Yuma as he's being hounded by the Wolf, but they go after the Bristleback now, who's just barreling forward still, refusing to back away. Now he pops his BKB, but it's a bit too late. The physical damage stacked up, and he's dead.
Gem on the ground.
Freshly slaughtered body.
Beautifully.
Meru
Fight
carry
from BB team. They got the
Meru
angle. They take the
carry.
Chen down first. That's your biggest target. Take the sustain, the auras out of the fight. You get the other support on top of that, and then you're able to kite it out. And there's just no ult for Yuma halfway through. He's got to bail in that situation.
Yeah, I don't mind Yuma making the call to bail, but why are they not on the same page? Why is Whisper pushing after kills and Yuma backing out?
It got very disconnected very early. The start wasn't terrible, but they could not protect their supports, and this Lycan is doing some work in these fights. He's just chasing people down. Mid on that target. Big team fight win, even though the Aegis will go to Yuma, he does keep it here. Something heroic to play around, but not the team fight win they were looking for.
I mean, I think the bigger loss, I think the Bristleback dying,
in a good way.
you know, that sucks. But I think the loss of the gem,
It hurts.
it hurts so badly when you're the ones wanting to take team fights. We already saw the last Aegis expire without a big team fight forest, right? Oh, they're coming through the gate. Miro, you see this, right? You see what's coming your way. You just took the Tormentor, but you might just die for it to get the grab on him. Hit him with a stun, lock him down with a Rod of 8 Toes, and once again, the Unleash combined with the Sonic Wave, they've got him. A Bushwhack, grab on a 2 though. See, he's gonna burst down KJ, and he makes a break for it. He's out of here.
Nice little pickup from Save. That is a 7x streak on that Lycan. And
Yeah, Analog's not messing about. He could have waited for that Ghost Scepter to fade away and just enchant Totem hit him, but he didn't want to take any chances.
Radiant's middle tower is under
That's
attack.
a very hard exchange to evaluate. I feel like it's kind of worth it for the Lycan. The Shard went to the Hoodwink. That's the one you wanted here. Shards to use that boomerang to pick up another support kill. Like, that exchange is okay, but that was a big streak on the Lycan. A lot of gold going into the Queen of Pain there.
They are
Still,
Radiant's
it's time for
bottom
Pure.
tower is under attack.
He does have a butterfly,
Is being attacked like
so
nobody's
he
business.
has an answer, kind of, to the Marcy for a little while.
Radiant's middle tower is
He
Meru
has to pick
I have no
blink
reason to lie
target
about such
perfectly in
things.
the fight. Like, if he blinks in and he just ends up in the middle of the bristle of the Marcy, his
မရဲရိုးဘယ်လိုတေသွားတာလဲလို့အိမ်ပြန်သွားတာနေကမာတော့ရသွားပြီနောင်နာလား bro အိမ်ပြန်သွားတာ BB21 လား21ပြောလို့တော့မရဘူး bro Fury ကလည်းအခုလုံးနေတဲ့အနေထားလေးဆိုတော့
and
တဘောတော့ကြာပြီဒါပေမဲ့ BB ကတော့ကျမ်းပါ
they see Pure, they're jumping him. They're all in him.
Why not if
Marcy
you can't
is just
fit
gonna
that
slay him.
2 minutes left on the Aegis, and
နေ
the
ကမာ
lanes
နေက
are
မာရသွားပြီလို့ဟ
in
လား
Rogue's favor.
ပါသွားတယ်
They're
ပြန်
getting them
သွားတာ
all over that midline of the river.
They have some map
See what they
control
can
to
do
play
with it.
Right, it's likely they will try and smoke during this Aegis period. I don't think they are confident enough to push mid tier 2 straight up. That feels a little brazen given how these fights are going.
Whisper trying to catch Analog. He gets it with a blink for it, hits 1 stun. They need detection. They really want to get this gem back into their favor and should be able to do so. There's just no outrunning this situation. So the gem is back on Heroic's side. That means that they can make these movements without wards or wolves scouting them out as often.
That was the easiest gen recovery of their life.
Kind of was.
Surprise save was out that far carrying it. Could have given it to GPK or something. I mean, this gem is just so valuable for the wolf scouting.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Having confidence about the vision going into the team fight, and you give up pickoffs like this, it's going to lead to objectives for Heroic. They're going to feel a lot more comfortable grouping. It'll be a free tier 2 top,
Radiant's bottom
as
tower
Pure
has
gets a free
fallen.
tier 2 bottom.
Seems to be
Santimage
the day for it.
picking up the rat action.
And I think he asked a rat because I still don't believe that BB Team are going to be able to take the 5-on-5. You've got, even with the Aegis expiring, you've got this Shen who's going to pick up a shard, right? He gets one of those golems. That aura makes this squad, this triple strength core, so tanky. I just kind of don't believe that Pure has the damage to deal with that.
He doesn't want to take the fight straight up, but if you can rat, you can put Heroic in an awkward position. Maybe you get a numbers advantage somewhere. Maybe the single hardcore pickoff that we've seen BB do a bunch of times with the damage from this Hoodwink comes through and gets a hero really low, forces out early BKBs. This kind of chaotic situation can create openings for the anti-mage to come into that fight later. Again, you're not looking to go in here and man fight the Marcy, but he can do a lot of damage. He is incredibly farmed in this game. Helmet Dominator, Battle Fury Anti-Mage is doing what it does best, pushing towards that level 25, getting incredibly farmed. There's a full Abyssal Blade. That is something that lets you fight this Marcy. In fact, you probably have the advantage right now with full Abyssal plus Butterfly before the MKB comes out on Yuma. In fact, well, he just finished it, actually. He's also very farmed, so...
Yeah, I
didn't get a fight out this exact time. That's kind of what they're
We
looking
get
for.
an
Like, you get this
MKB
Abyssal, you're like,
net.
okay, I can go in, I can Abyssal stun this Marcy. I can give us a little bit of a bigger window.
Whisper. He's going to be one.
Sinje. Đi qua hiểu.
Actually can't go for it. Still no the answer. It's on Miro. He gets off his BKB, and Yuma does not get a bash. He couldn't get the lockdown. A glimpse back with the BKB lasts just long enough for Analog. A Fisher as they try and retreat backwards here. Yuma does not see the opportunity. They may have to leave behind KJ, whether it's a Void Spirit or a Glimpse. Maybe they can protect him still with the Fisher as he gets up to the high ground. Pure with the Helmet Dom spots him, but Disruptor too far away for now. So in the end, it's Whisper to die. Not much else out of that fight. I guess Schofield did buy back once again. He is certainly not making a lot of progress in that network chart.
Just huge burst damage coming out on that first target they run into. No bristleback back interaction. They just go heads up, chain stun him off the bushwhack remnant Abyssal. Overwhelming damage. Trying to pick up save again.
Yeah, save once again. Not expected. Oh, with the Sonic Wave, he tried to push him back into his team. That's okay. All is forgiven. As long as the outcome is still income for Heroic.
The crazy thing is they took that bristle down. They have Heroic on the run, and you're still hesitant to straight up chase with the AM. Because you don't want to blink into the Marcy just yet.
Strange to say,
it'll be 25 for Pure.
Middle tower is under attack.
And that'll be Mana Void cooldown. Nice little talent for him. Think about BKB here. That would give him a lot more confidence to go in early in the fight. Not afraid of the Shaker chain stun potential.
Now he can Mana Void even more neutral.
He's mine.
That's efficient. Brought the Shaker down bottom, plus the Marcy, maybe looking for a quick pick off on one of these waves. They will only find illusions.
This will hasten my footfalls.
This feels like the point in the game where BB wanted to get to with this lineup, right? You stalled out the early momentum. You fought through those first two Roshans. Now you're getting to the late game with the Anti-Mage, with the Lycan split push. You have a lot of scaling to fall back on. You have a Disruptor Ags you can get into. You have 3 more items on GPK that he can eventually build into here. A lot of room to scale.
I feel that way for both sides. I mean, the Void Spirit known to be quite the menace in the late game, and they've got some very solid supports behind it, but Heroic also have like this tri-core lineup. It's not just all in on the Marcy. I think their biggest problem is going to be, yeah, that man right there, Schofield, and how well he's able to progress. Having to buy back 2 different times, and the sacrifices he took in the laning phase means that he is not scaling the best. But even he is working towards a site device, and as long as he's got levels, he'll have damage.
Smoke coming through, BKB done for Pure. He buys out for this moment.
A fresh blood right for Analog. This Octarine opting for that over the refresher. They're going to spot Whisper and try and burst him down again. Whisper wants to make sure he gets off the BKB first. But it does mean a commitment from BB team. They can just go in and out. Oh, the Echo Slam there. Analog takes a bit of damage from somewhere, stopping his blink forward. Covers them with the Fishers. Miro. Okay, the man's get the glimpse back. And all in front of your Shaker. The Mana Void is ready to go. Pure will use it, puts it to use, brings down the mid laner for Heroic. Now Schofield in some trouble, looking for his blink back inside the base. Heroic again losing the fight, but also still limiting their losses to 1 or 2 heroes. These fights, they just are not clean one way or the other.
Can see what BB team are trying to do though, right? Go and get that target, kite the fight out. They threaten the Chen. You have to BKB Lycan. He gets out of there. There's just no clear jumper target for Heroic. If that Echo Slam lands, it could be a very different story. But Analog is really struggling.
Radiant's top tower
to find the window here. There's just units constantly on him. There's random damage sources. It's not clean. GPK continuing, just trying to get something out of Heroic right now.
And Yuma is not a threat without a basher.
Nope.
Like this Void Spirit and this Lycan just keep on going into the fight, and there's nothing to control them during their BKBs. You have to get that BKB piercing disable for Yuma. I think there's no other way.
You have Hex on the Queen now. I mean, most of the control that Heroic have, especially with the Hex online now, is them initiating. Them finding the first target and letting the Marcy go in on top of that. I don't think we've seen that for probably 20 minutes.
I think it's always difficult to do, right? That is one of the advantages that Lycan gives you.
100%.
All these Helmet Dom creeps plus the Wolves, they just always seem to have vision over you. Combine that with the Disruptor.
You have to just smoke and jump off the smoke. That's your best chance in this game.
This may be the perfect opportunity. BB team very brazen in their attempts. It is going to be interrupted by GPK here, but if they get the jump on GPK, got him in the end slam. A responsive cocktail on me. It's not good enough. He got a good static. So the BKB's already out. He's going to go for Whisper once again. Hits a big hit point. Whisper not dead yet. He gets a little bit of heals out of the chin, and he's staying alive for now. Pure, he has to back away. Miro's right in the middle. It doesn't do much. Pure, he finishes off Analog with the lock-in. Rodamatos and BKB is gone for Miro, and so is his life. 2 cores down on the side of BB team for the one. Heroic had the advantage for Roshan. Now it's switching over to the other side. Oh, God, the shield rune. Right in front of Heroic. The Scythe device doesn't stop the rune grab here, but they do have an fire. Oh, what a beautiful bushwhack on a 2. They try and blow up Yuma. Not quite. He blinks after it. Hits him with another back. Whisper. He's up next. For now, but he's got to blink up. He'll chase after Whisper. And save once again with the bushwhack. A glitch back, pulling him back to his demise. Here, working him through. A Scythe device to the buyback. It has to work for Yuma. And he gets it. A monster kill on the enemy. Stops Kataomi as well. And that means Heroic. It was a risk, but it pays off. They have control of the pit.
Sick bushwhacks from Save, but BB end up overextending into the Marcy buyback. Not ready for Yuma round 2.
VRY သွားလို့မရဘူး VRY ကပြောတာကျွန်တော်ထိုင်းမှာမဟုတ်
He just could not survive the physical onslaught.
The buyback, I think this is coming too late.
Oh, GPK Stevie. Oh my god.
GPK, he rips it away from Heroic, and now it came at a cost. It cost them the buyback. If Yuma dies here, he's in trouble. He got BKB unleashed. Now it's Pure. He's in trouble. Gets off the man to hit by his stun, and Invincible goes off. A Fisher to try and stop him, but he's away. And now, danger time. BKB, no over. Yuma, he's a dead. A dieback, 2 minutes. Heroic kept the fight on without him, with just 1 core to do it. And being hounded by the Wolf, Miro chases after them all the way back to their fountain, all the way back if necessary. They will find that 3rd core. And Heroic, now on the brink of death. They've been cleaned up all over. And BB team had full control to push as many buildings as they want.
What is there to say? One time and time again, this team goes to GPK to make the plays. Absolutely salvaging that team fight, steals the 2nd life away from Yuma, destroys his presence off of the buyback.
Will it be enough?
Chase down. They pass Cheese over to Pure. It was a beautiful itemization usage. Gives him the strength to keep pushing on, and they just want the game here.
As always, Pure has called to end the game. And it's going to be an Earthshaker buyback to try and hold it.
Without the Marcy, though, it just feels impossible. No Bristleback buyback available.
They simply just do not have the damage. Nothing will stop BB team at this point. Try as he might. He tries to go in with his BKB. They pop the clip, but it is delaying the inevitable. BB team, they have routed you, they have outforced you, and they will take game number 1.
What a game 1 it was. These teams are just here to brawl. There's a lot of creep action going around on the map.
I mean, an Aegis snatch is really what turns the tides here across, because there's all these fights around mid, a back and forth between the 2 teams, but it all comes down to that Roche.
One thing I always loved about BB team is that they're ready to use their buybacks, come into the fight, and make sure that they're going to be ready to, like, they are a team that's, I would say, out of the other teams that are still left at the International, that are willing to risk it the most when it comes down to the buybacks. We saw like 2 buybacks in Enigma series, but they are on point. They use those buybacks, and they're going to be winning the fights off of that.
Yeah, that game was awesome. That was like a UFC fight where they just like brawl right at the end, and then one guy gets knocked out. That was S-tier cinema. Like, I love the buybacks from Heroic. I really like that they were trying to like risk it all there. That is well within their character. But on the flip side, BB Team is, like Cap said, this is the team for just, we're going down mid, boys.
Yeah.
We're throning right now. Even if it's like really risky, they're gonna go for it. Like, you cannot give them that opening. They will take it.
Yeah, they know exactly when to take it, when it's offered to them. We're going to go towards that earlier part of the game here, though, Lucas, because there was so much done by this Disruptor to really help out the lanes, to really help Miro, which you said that Lycan was going to be a big question mark in biding the time for this anti-mage lineup.
Yeah, and he was throughout the whole game. I think Kataomi understood that top lane wasn't really playable in terms of against those laning against Bristleback, which is not the lane they were playing. They got one early kill relatively early on, but he is ready. This is level 3 Disruptor, 4 minutes in. Had a lead anti-mage alone in the top lane, gets a really good pick-off, and then moves to the bottom lane 20 seconds after, which is going to be resulting in another good kill. Kataomi was pretty much involved in most of the kills at the early stages of the game. That's why this Disruptor pick, when we talked about it, it gives them so much value. Like, you're trying to get out, Yuma's going to try to go with the rebound, but Disruptor's going to be able to catch him anyway. And the Miero, they needed a good start on him. I think Miero had an insanely good game, and in this type of a matchup, we know that Whisper, he's not the biggest enjoyer of the Lycan. He only has 18 games so far in his professional career on Lycan. The trade that they got, getting this Marcy for Lycan and giving it to Miero, who's one of the better Lycan players in the world, I would say was a big mistake.
I mean, the Lycan just made so much space for the AM, right? He could just single-handedly pressure. I think the lanes was like a huge problem. The waves are always pushed out. Lycan's pressuring on a tower. It just makes it very, very difficult for even the Chen to move forward on the map, right? There's this battle going on in the mid lane. The Lycan creeps is in the mid lane. The Chen creeps is in the mid lane. They're both trying to shove out the wave, but it just gave AM so much time to farm after that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really interesting thing about the Dom meta in terms of how it's progressed is support's understanding that if they have a safe lane core that is building into Dom, you have these items that give you regen and like health and stats in the lane, so you can actually leave the lane. Like, you can get active. It's the Dom is not just affecting the meta for the cores, it's also very affecting the supports as well.
I mean, do you think the matchup actually should go that well for the anti-mage? Because I felt like part of why the early game went so well for the Disruptor is because he didn't need to babysit the AM. You know, the AM had a really good start. He could be left alone, and then he could just run around and setting up kills.
I guess I'll respond to a question with another question, which is like, your understanding of the matchup, isn't that based on a meta where anti-mages weren't going Dominator? Because I feel like that changes things a lot in the calculations.
Yeah, it just changes so much of the viability of anti-mage. That's been one of the biggest questions about us seeing so many more heroes being picked up in that carry role. What really makes it viable? Something, though, that we weren't really too sure going into this one was if Yuma was going to be showing up today, right? He's been having an amazing series, an amazing performance on the main stage, but for this one on the Marcy, there was a lot of great fights for him, but it was rough to come up against a Lycan in lane, and it required him having to do so much more for the team earlier on.
Yeah, he was doing a pretty good amount of work, honestly. Like, you know, we talked about the Yuma rotation through the portal, but even going into the early to mid game, he rotates quite a lot. And on Marcy here, like, he needed to be the hero that's going to deal the damage. Earthshaker has some burst. They're waiting on a Blink Dagger for a while. You know, he's got to get in there and do things, and he was active. Like,
Ami ရလား Ami ကမနေ့က true နေလို့ပဲမဟုတ်ဘူး bro အဲ့မနေ့က preparation ဆော့တာကြီးစောင်းအောင်ကောင်းတယ်9 class လို့9 class ရဲ့ဆော့ပေါက်ကြီးတကယ်9 class ဖြစ်နေ
for them, and then we go into
9 class လောက်ရှိတယ်ဒီကောင်9 class မဟုတ်
where
တော့
people are bringing more of the numbers because that's something around that wisdom rune, right?
ဒီကအမှဒီကောင်တွေပေါက်နေပြတ်ကုန်တာဗျာ
It feels like not everyone's committing the numbers, Lacoste, but when it comes for a big objective like a Roche, that is where you're going to see the first big clash of a 5v5.
Yeah, the team fights in general, like anti-mage, he doesn't provide you with much. He's never going to be ready. Pretty much he first joined 35 minutes in and making sure that he has his 6 items. The hero pretty much is never ready. One more. Do you need more time? Yeah, just one more big item. And these are very expensive items that he's buying. You know, he's buying the Butterfly, he's buying Abyssal, BKB. He's never going to be ready. And this is the fight where they're going to pretty much get the perfect initiation. Look at what the GPK is doing. He goes in, gets out, and turns him around with the Remnant, and then they're ready to join. You can see that Pure, at this point of the game, he has enough of farming. He's going to be blinking in. And there's also a couple of later fights as well where they were unable to get the Echo Slam. I don't think Heroic, they were on the same page. And at this point, you see that Anti-Mage, he's ready to take the fights. He's ready to jump the target with the Abyssal Blade and blow him up instantly.
I mean, the reason why he couldn't really find really good Echo Slams is you think about their heroes like Anti-Mage, Void, Spirit Lycan. They're not going to be next to each other. They're always playing different sides of the map. They're trying to break your formation. So it makes it very, very hard for the Earthshaker to find a good Echo, in the team fights.
Yeah. There was a moment that we saw how impactful the Echo was, right? When it didn't actually end up connecting.
We have to look at this. I'm curious. I want to look at this very closely because I wasn't sure exactly what clipped Analog here, because he had a really great, big Echo opportunity. Look at BB all stacking together in the top right of the screen. What was it that clipped him? Oh,
it was Disruptor.
The Disruptor Q. Okay. Extremely heads-up play from Katomi then. I mean, we talked about how he performed in the early game, making the rotations for his team. But we can see from this clip that his impact in the fights was more significant than we were even noticing on camera.
Yeah, the Disruptor from the early and now what feels like into that later part of the fights is massive for Disruptor. Yeah. But that Earthshaker not connecting with his Echo was so impactful. They were actually kind of lucky that BB Team didn't take more off of that they had a second chance. But we saw a significantly better Echo Slam take place, and that's what led into that next Roche fight and ultimately the Aegis Snatch and then into the BB Team victory.
Yeah, we have to take a look at the Aegis Snatch. I mean, that's a given. It's so funny. We talked about GPK as being the stable one on the team. He always seems to do something clutch to keep his team in the game, even when things are not going so well. This was such an important moment because Heroic was committing all of these buybacks for the fight. This was their Hail Mary. Yeah. And BB is well, okay, we also need to take a Hail Mary. And GPK in these moments, I don't know what it is, but it seems like he always seems to be able to pull it off.
I mean, this was the game ender right here. Once they killed the Marcy again, I think the game was practically over already for Heroic. There's nothing much left they could do in the game. The Anti-Mage is unkillable. You don't have the Aegis, and yeah, I mean, this is just you're just thinking about the next game at this point.
I do wonder, as amazing as seeing an Aegis Snatch is, and we obviously see the outcome of that, how much would this have differed if we had have seen the Aegis go to the side of Heroic and have all of those buybacks come out from BB?
I still feel like the BB side are going to be happy with the situation, even though if they don't get the Aegis, but they felt like they could have just ended the game there. That's why they are a very special team to watch, right? I think most teams would maybe just prefer to, okay, we have AM, we have the Battle Lake game, let's just not use the buyback and
slow
risk
it down.
Right? Play slowly. We're still going to be able to win it, but Pure says, no, I want to end the game now, GPK, please go and get the Aegis.
That's because he finally had his items. He's like, guys, I can finally fight. Let's just do it. And of course, GPK going to be our standout player for this game one. You just can't look past it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that Aegis steal and also the itemization that he did go for. He understood that they need to be able to punch back at the early stages of the game, so didn't go for Aghanim Scepter. Instead, opted to go for Spirit Vessel. That gives him a little bit more tankability. Yeah. Gives him extra bit of a damage. Once you finish off your Spirit Vessel, once you get to tier 2 neutral items with the Strength Treads, you basically have 2,000 HP. If he didn't steal that Aegis, I would say that Miero, he's kind of my MVP because of how well he moves across the map. And this guy, it's pretty much his meta. I think I said it pre-series that this guy enjoys playing these heroes, and they got a very good pick for him. And also understanding how far he can push the limits of his hero with that Wolfpack, getting extra 5 seconds when he gets the kills, and also itemization. This time around, he didn't go for a relatively early shard that we usually see, opted to go for different items, picking up that AC relatively early on, understanding your damage coming out, so making sure that the whole team is steady enough.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this game from a different point of view. We're going to head on over to Purge. He's going to give us more details.
I know what you're here for. It's about Chen, right? That's why you're here? Yeah, he's one of my favorite heroes sometimes. But something that was really interesting about what King Jungles did this game, he got a completely different facet. Every single Chen player that I've seen grabs the Sagers because it helps them control the early game. But there's little things that are interesting about this early Hellbear. It gives an aura for everybody's attack speed in the early game, and if it dies, it gives your team 120 attack speed. So this means you can actually fight your opponents in the laning stage. And Heroic drafted this knowing that draining the Lycan's mana is not that big of a deal, and instead they can use this Hellbear to fight. If
အဲ့ဒါ
kill the hell
mode,
there. Your
အဲ့ဒါ
heroes
လုံး
attack
ဝ
fast.
ငတ်ပါငတ်နေ
And,
စာတာနေမ
so
ဟုတ်
you
တော့
have to go for hero kills instead. This allowed them to get a really early
ဒီ
first
က
blood
ရ
here.
ဗျအတက်
That
ကိုရီးယား
big
level
chunk
6
of
က damage
damage,
ပါ
by
လို့
the way,
ခု
was the
ဒီလိုပြ
bodyguard linking these two guys together and save attacking once he got attacked a couple extra times. So early first blood gave them a really nice advantage. Look how strong this facet can be when he fights. He contests the Lotus by himself with his summon, and he uses his third skill on him, which is going to give him and his creep 5 bonus armor. So 2 different heroes actually get zoned by him by himself with that facet, and he offsets the minus armor from Lycan just by casting that third skill. So look at the pressure that they're able to put on Miero in the laning stage. It's actually kind of a miracle that he was able to recover and have such a good game, because this lane pressure that came from this different facet on Chen was huge. And when the wolves come in, you steal one of them, the one you have has 300 more HP, so they basically just took away his first skill and all of his skill points. Great lane pressure there by Heroic. And then how this transitioned was really interesting here. They used this Ogre to stack. Basically, King Jungle's focused a lot on farming because he wanted to buy aura items, like plus armor items, that made them more resistant against the physical damage that was being done. And something really cool about this, about the Chen that got buffed recently, look at this damage for Clap here. He's level 5 and this thing's doing 250 damage. This is his special one that he summons here. So he's basically using this facet to not only win the lane, but also increase his farm speed and counteract his opponent's minus armor. And then he's using his creeps basically just to push out the lane while they go get ready to do stuff, because now he can do this much faster than Helm of the Dominator can. And by pushing these lanes, what it does is set them up for a perfect Roshan. So they basically just stop every single creep from getting in Roshan while they prep to do this, partially using the lane push, because all of those lanes got pushed in really effectively. So everything they send in there to try to kill it gets destroyed, and that's why they are able to take this Aegis before BB Team was able to respond in time. Great use of map control, the summons and all that. It was a shame it didn't work out good enough, but it was some cool new tech that we got to see.
I love to see when a hero has so many viable facets, the way that you can play the lanes so differently. Of course, we see that Disruptor really helping Miero the Lycan get back into this one, but it's crazy how different of a game it would have been just based off that one Chen facet.
Yeah, he's right. I've never seen that one before. I had no idea that the Ursa Creep did 350 damage when you have it maxed out. That's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously it falls off. But for the early game, if you want to farm, you are going to get your auras faster.
Yeah, maybe something that people who like to spam Chen might be starting to pick up for themselves. This arena, by the way, is very full. There's a lot of cheers for both the side of BB Team and Heroic. And someone who's down there right now with our fans is, of course, Tsunami.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. The house is packed here tonight. But as I had mentioned at the very beginning of the day, it is a bit solemn. We have to have eliminations. Such is the nature of competition. And for every single iconic moment we've had in Dota, there's always been a team on the receiving end of it. So I'm sure Eastern European fans, do you remember the $1 million Dream Coil? S4, Puck. I know, it's tough memories for the Na'Vi fans, but the Alliance fans remember it fondly. Meanwhile, Chinese fans are still haunted by the voice of Seb!
And South American fans, yeah, South American fans, we have a lot of these. I mean, there's no TI for South America yet, right? But there's one play that is still in our hearts. Allow me to set the stage, Tsunami. All right. TI-11. There's the howl. TI-11, Singapore. The smell of chili crab in the air. And, more importantly, hope. For Thunder Awaken has made us the farthest they've ever done at a TI. That's it. Liquid, one of the best teams in the world, fighting in the lower bracket, literally for their life. Last game of the best of 3. Income Sacred gets the black hole, Pango inside of it, 1 HP. 1 HP, and every single South American fan skipped a beat as they saw the Pangolier roll away infested by the life stealer of Meke. All hearts broken, many Liquid fans would cheer, but Thunder Awaken and all of Peru will forever remember this day. But that's what they are, resilient. We are the 1 HP warriors. We're the ones that survive. We're the ones that make it through. 1 game loss means nothing. Heroic can do it this time. Let's go!
If there's one team that's going to benefit from a crowd buff, it's Heroic. These guys have looked fantastic when they've been on that verge of elimination. They've got to be more comfortable, right? And I think hearing all those cheers out there from their fans, that's what's going to bring them that energy. I'm hoping they've had the time to really put their heads in the right space here, Lacrosse. Think about it and come back and be more chaotic than ever. Make sure that we're seeing what South America is really made of.
Oh, for sure. I think this team comes in very well prepared. They have like double coaches that are working quite a lot. And hear from them because they always give good insights. They're not afraid to show it to the rest of us. But I think a lot of teams that are still in the tournament have hidden strategies. And I want to see something else that is going to come out from Heroic, because this one I really didn't feel that much coming out from this Queen of Pain. Yeah. I feel like there's been a good flex that they kept until the end. Even like the damage numbers, if you look at it, I believe he dealt 17,000 damage on Quap, pretty similar to Earthshaker, but something was just not clicking. I want to see Schofield on a bit of a different hero, something that can be more annoying. Queen of Pain, she does have a Blink Dagger, but some of these melee position 4s that he really excels playing at, Clockworker, Tasca, I want to see them on heroes like that, something that can buy time, something that can relieve pressure off his mid lane, something that can have a greater impact.
To me, yeah, it's not chaotic enough. It doesn't create enough space on the map. And honestly, I thought Queen of Pain was completely imba about like 2-3 weeks ago, but the meta has changed so much since the road to TI. There's people building all of these DOMs. You know, Lycan is very popular, like tons of summon heroes. I don't think Queen of Pain is that good anymore.
Is that because of those items you're saying that Queen of Pain has kind of fallen off?
But you also have to look at the reason, right? Why did they want the Queen of Pain there? Because they wanted a hero that could be moved around, flex, and confuse their opponents. But I think they didn't really count for the anti-mage at the end. Or maybe they did and they figured that, oh, we could just do the co-op support, but it didn't work out. Because for their lineup to work, they really need to get away with like some sort of early game advantage so they can snowball.
Yeah.
But they just didn't do it in the game.
It felt like it was leading up to that for the support Queen of Pain, but we see double buybacks throughout the duration of this game, and I think that's going to slow. It doesn't matter what hero you play, that's going to be.
Schofield's going to do that regardless, no matter what hero he's playing.
Okay, all right. You know, maybe I'm a little bit misguided on that one.
Yeah, I feel like it just came down to like the strategy that they chose, right? I think in the first game of the series, it's fine if you have some idea that you think it might work.
Yeah.
You know, you try to use a flex pick bet maybe your opponents are not aware of, and you try to lead them astray with the draft. Okay, fine, didn't work. Next game, you have to just keep your heads up, held high, and go for something else.
Our teams are waiting in the wings, eager to come back down onto the stage here, get back into their boots, focus up. This is elimination. Heroic, if they can make it back in this series, they will have the best placement that a South American team players have ever gotten. On the side of BB team, their expectations are high. Coming into this one, especially for Pure, who achieved so much at last year's TI, it would feel like a disappointment to get top 6, and it's a feat in itself to even get this far.
Yeah, and I think BB team are also a team that having one game advantage in a series is pretty scary. Like, they're willing to pull out some crazy stuff. I think that they also play better with confidence. Pure in particular is not going to have one of these like 1 in 17 anti-mage games after just winning a game, especially with the anti-mage. You know, like he's gonna pop off in the next game.
I mean, also for Heroic, right? Every time they lose the first game, they kind of lose the series, right? They haven't really played any 3-game series so far, So this is definitely going to be like a huge challenge. How are they going to overcome this BB team here?
Yeah, but that's funny because BB team right now on the main stage, all they've had is 3-game series. So it feels like what exactly is going to win out here in these two teams? Because BB team, there is the confidence that carries over. 100% agree with you there, Jenkins. But sometimes it's a little bit of overconfidence. Maybe they try and think a little too far ahead.
Yeah, it's possible it's a blunder against Heroic because Heroic does like to play chaotic. If you play overconfident into that and you give them some openings, they will definitely take it.
One scary thing about BB team is whenever we talk about them, this is one scary team that has an extremely good early stages of the game. We haven't really seen that so far at the TI. I would say that this is something that they've been lacking, but if they can start doing that as well, that they've been doing ever since they've been formed pretty much as a squad, this is going to be a very, very scary team. They already are, but imagine if they can really push the limits, win the laning stage, have that 5k gold advantage 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you're right.
This is a team that is extremely aggressive and knows how to close out the games early.
Historically, they've dominated lanes and then snowballed that into a dominating game, but that's just not how it's been so far.
I felt like they've been a lot more patient than like compared to like a couple of months before, right? I feel like whenever they were having this sort of lead before a couple of months ago, they would try to push it maybe a little bit too far, hence the the throw-in nature of the team. And in this event, I feel like they have sort of like addressed that. They played more defensive when they could just sit back and farm. And when
they muted Pure's mic.
Yeah, and when they needed to go aggressive, they would have tried to use their buybacks and do something aggressive. So I feel like I like that balance. I like that change, and it certainly paid off. So far.
Anything else though? When you guys see this, it could potentially be Heroic's last game on a TI main stage. There's going to be some staples that you guys are eager and itching to see.
I mean, you're dangling it in front of me. I want to see the Pudge if that can come out. Like, I would love to see an early phase Meepo. It wouldn't even surprise me if BB is expecting this and that they first phase ban like these cheesy specialty heroes. I feel like Heroic backs against the wall. Like, they're going to take risks that we have not seen before, because this is them right about to be eliminated.
Yeah, if they have to play like a normal game, I think it's going to be difficult for them. They have to throw things off the balance and try to surprise them.
Just first pick the Meepo. Just whip it out.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing KJ going back on that Shadow Demon as well. I know he still had a really good early game for the Chen, but there was so much when it came to team fights on the way of trying to pick up that hero. But we don't want to discuss Theorycraft anymore. Our elimination series continues between these two teams.
BB Team versus Heroic Game 2.
With BB Team up one game, they're feeling confident, they're in a good position. Our draft has already begun, and the bans and first picks coming out already, where we're going to see a Nature's Prophet for the side of BB, and of course, here we have an Earthshaker for the side of Heroic. They're going back for it. They feel like they've not lost confidence in it, and maybe it's more open to be flexed now.
It still does a lot in most of these games. So, like, you could see that BB Team wanted to invade enemy triangle. They saw him going into the triangle, but they were keeping the distance, not allowing them to get instantly killed on one or two heroes potentially, but wanted to get something out, knowing that Earthshaker's still going to be very low HP after clearing those Ancients, because you need to drag them close together. But again, you get very good timing on a Blink Dagger after taking the Ancients, and you do have
Dire Team ban.
in terms of killing the enemy carry hero. Pure got killed like 3 or 4 times by Earthshaker because he got that early Blink Dagger.
Nature's Prophet to me is such a classic game 2 hero, because especially if you win game 1, because I feel like BB thinks that they are just simply the stronger team, and if they can win the lanes, win the early game, they can absolutely up the tempo with this hero. Nature's Prophet is a lane dominator almost against anything, and very few carries can TP around and get kills and take the towers like he can.
I mean, sort of see like a heavy emphasis on carries that can be around the map to push out waves, right? I think that's why we see a resurgence in Anti-Mage, because he's probably one of the best, right, outside Nature's Prophet to push out those lanes, and we saw how much he could influence the state of the game by just chopping out lanes and making it difficult for your opponents, and you give your team time to get objectives.
This is very interesting. The ban just happened, seeing that they are banning out Spectre, which means that this Nature's Prophet is definitely going to be a core. So far, BB Team didn't have much success with it. They only played it once. They lost that game. And Nature's Prophet at the main stage TI also didn't win a single game. He's been played 5 times. Didn't find much success. I think the nerfs that did happen also are not in his favor. And now you're going to be playing into Earthshaker, into Clockwork. These are 2 very difficult matchups for you, allowing you to get on top of him, having multiple stuns. So he needs to do a lot. Even though he builds into Hurricane Pike, he builds into a BKB, still not an easy matchup by any means.
Yeah.
If it is going on Pure, I am also wondering about how susceptible it is in that early laning phase, because that has been the biggest weakness so far for Pure, is how punishable is this Nature's Prophet in that first 10 minutes.
It will depend on the core that he's playing against, because Clockwork needs a core that will like actually jump on top with him and kill the Nature's Prophet. Although great Timber pick. Excellent against Clockwork. High strength hero, excellent against Earthshaker, high strength hero. 0% win rate though in the main stage.
Yeah, but why are they showing here right now? That's like the question, right? Like, if they wanted a hero like Timber, wouldn't he be better at 18? Unless there's something that's going on here, you know, like maybe one of the heroes.
I think this is a statement from BB Team. They are picking a hero that has 0% win rate on main stage and 0% win rate, 0 out of 8 games, road to PI playoffs and main stage.
The reason I'm confused is because they chose to ban the Puck, right? So they seem to think that the Earthshaker is not going to be mid. And now they're picking Timber, I presume, against the Earthshaker, which he wants to go mid against the Shaker. That's what I find a little bit confusing here.
I mean, one argument is Miro is level 30 Timber. It's easy to talk about, you know, the Amars of the world and forget that Miro is, like, he came onto the scene playing Timbersaw every single game. So maybe it's just a confidence thing. I also think it blocks Meepo a little bit. You don't feel as good playing Meepo into this, and I think Heroic could maybe bang it out here. We'll see. I mean, they have last pick, so they could look to get it there, but it's not going to make it through the second phase.
5 seconds remaining.
No, I don't think so at all. That's something that everyone's very cautious of about letting them get their hands on. A Bane here as well for BB Team. Kataomi's done wonders when it's been picked up. That's something that gave them success so far on this main stage as well, is when he's on that hero.
Yeah, Bane plus MP is absolute pleasure to have. You know, as a teammate, you're playing Bane. You want someone that can just come to you instantly when you catch a hero with your sleep or your Fiend's Grip. Even though it might seem like counterintuitive to pick Bane into Clockwork, because Clock is one of the worst matchups in the game for Bane. But I do feel like they put a lot of emphasis in enabling this MP. That might explain the Timber, you know. Maybe they are feeling that we need some offlaner to keep shuffling the wave and pressure. So you draw the attention to you, and then the Bane goes to you, sets out with an MP TPing in. Maybe that is the idea of the first 3 picks here.
Yeah, BB is definitely prepping to be really active, because Timber also is a hero that loves being left alone in lane. So that means they can pick a support that can run to the mid lane, play around GPK, have Huron Nature's Prophet TP in, and Miro's just chilling, farming.
Yeah, Hero seems to agree that the Timber is going to be on the off lane, picking the TA right away. TA is like one of the better heroes against Timber in the lane. So let's see if like maybe BB Team try to adjust, try to move the Timber away, or they have to try to figure out what type of support they pick to enable the lane. You know, TA is just going to be, I think, a very strong lane matchup into the Timber.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot, allowing them to have a super strong laner, and this is not going to be
Silencer
Bane by any means. He might need to shift priority. He might be as a position 5 in this one because you're playing against Earthshaker. Silence from Templar Assassin, just global silence in general, is going to make things a lot more difficult for Bane than maybe he expected.
Yeah, that's a nasty silencer pick. Like, even Timber, Arcane Curse, he hates playing against this. The lane too, like just the silencer versus the Timber in lane, I think is a winning lane almost no matter what carry you have.
If you're forcing Timber to deviate from his build, okay, that's why I felt like the Timber is gonna be, there's gonna be something interesting with the Timber. So they're moving the Timber mid, they're picking a Dux here, changing the lane matchup, so they basically are trying to outfox Heroic in the lane. Matchup here in the lane.
10 seconds remaining.
They need a probably strong position 4 to make sure that the silencer can't really bully the Dux here too much.
They could still get a very good matchup for them if they want to get something like a Lifestealer maybe for themselves and use this Nature's Prophet as a support plus the Bane. I know that the Darkseer loves to have, you know, something that can run in, some Tiny, some Tusk potentially, but overall they don't have the last pick. But after seeing this Templar Assassin, I think they use Nature's Prophet as a bit of a bait to see where the heroes are going to go and try to counter-react it, because I'm seeing Enigma as well. This is one of the few matchups that Lifestealer doesn't like to play into, and also another hero that I think overall Whisper plays really, really well, and it would give them the momentum. I think having Templar Assassin building into Deso, having Earthshaker from the mid lane, 2 supports who can easily rotate, and they want to rotate to get that +1 for Silencer. Clockwork wants to be active.
10 seconds remaining.
They just want to shut down the tempo that Heroic is building up.
5 seconds remaining.
I love the Hoodwink ban because that could be either
a carry
or the 4. You have to ban it for both. Because, you know, I agree with what you're saying. Maybe not Lifestealer, like there are also other options. You know, Faceless Void is an option there as well. Like, I mean, any hero that builds a Manta style you want against Silencer, and something to win the core-to-core matchup against TA. I guess TA is kind of solved by the Darkseer.
Do you split your band then, or are we still looking at a potential strong position forward to come out? Because you've given a lot of good carry potential for the side of BB team. Is it that easy to take it out? Is that easy to all in that's the last pick that is required?
It could just still be a 4 save. That's also possible. We're just thinking of like interesting flexes because they don't have the last pick.
I mean, he usually likes to play like range heroes on save, you know. We've seen him on usually Grimstroke, Rubik, Tao Hill, Muerta.
I mean, Batrider is banned. Okay, well, that would have been great.
Dire team ban.
I'm just trying to think, what are the ranged heroes that play well with Darkseer? Willow?
Yeah, Willow, it's okay.
It's like Bat and Willow are the two good ones that you can actually Ion Shell.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like they want more than one initiator. Right now, that's only Bane, right? If your core is going to be MP, Timber, and Darkseer, you kind of want more stuns and catch for your lineup.
And Save Lion is a classic. He lanes well with the Darkseer.
Yeah, Lion's actually really nice for their overall composition here. You have the vacuum into stun combination. It's going to be you have the stun, you have the vacuum into multiple brambles, which can be really nice.
Hero
eventually as well. Between the brambles and the Willow ult.
Not a very conventional hero right now.
No. Yeah, it was prior to the international. People were spamming this.
That was before the nerfs, I think. She did take some nerfs to the Shadow Realm.
The regen in the Shadow Realm, yeah. Doesn't feel as broken as it did before.
So what is she offering in the lane? Because you guys said that needed to be something that was really going to help the Darkseer.
She's a pretty strong laner at level 1. One of the best level 1 heroes.
I was wondering where this hero's been. The mid Leshrac, it deals so much damage. The Blink Dagger, you just jump in, suicide. It's like, I'm going to kill you or you're going to kill me, or maybe both.
Oh, they definitely upgraded the draft from the previous game. This draft kind of plays itself out. You're never going to be lacking damage. You have enough stuns. You have a global presence. You have very good scaling. You have heroes that come online super fast. Leshrac going for the Blink Dagger. You have Templar Assassin with your Dragonlance there. So it does feel like they're going to be ready relatively early on to be able to punch back against what BB team is bringing in this one.
What I love is that they have 3 extremely high burst cores with a silencer. Like, if they cover a jump with the silence, they will kill, like, 2 or 3 heroes, potentially.
You have to make sure whenever the silencer the fights drag out, then it'll be really good for the Timber and Darkseer. But overall, I feel like execution-wise, it's a lot easier for Heroic here. I feel like their team fights are just pretty straightforward. Laning phase also pretty straightforward. They're very, very solid lanes. So I think we are actually going to see a game 3 here.
Winter, I feel like you've changed your viewpoint. You went from not sure if Heroic were going to be able to bounce back in the series to loving exactly what they're bringing in game number 2.
Yeah, you gotta love if someone gives you something you like to eat. You know?
What do you love so much about this one, Lacoste?
I like that they are shutting down the cores as well. I feel like with the picks that they do have, it gives them a lot of momentum as well. And BB team, they are picking heroes with very low win rate. These heroes are low win rate or have no win rate whatsoever for a good reason. Like Nature's Prophet didn't win on the main stage. Timbersaw didn't win a single game, and they're really trying to push the limits. This is also a bit of a test. If they are going to be managing to win this one, it's also a bit of a statement for the rest of the teams that are still left in the tournament.
Yeah, I like that you're bringing up those statistics. It hasn't been working for other teams on at least 2 of their cores on the side of BB team, and so I feel like we need some answers exactly what their coach and how this draft is going to play out.
And I can make that happen, and Nat, yes, I am joined by Bulk of BB team, where I do have some questions about your draft. Timbersaw gets picked up. I don't know if you know this, 0% win rate in this tournament. It has been picked 8 times so far. Why do you like it?
Timbersaw на этом турнире выбрали уже 8 раз, но у него винрейт 0%. Почему вы продолжаете его выбирать?
Мы захотели исправить эту ситуацию и поправить этот винрейт.
We want to fix that win rate.
No more 0% win rate after this game. Makes sense to me. Last game, I asked Cass if he was afraid of your last pick anti-mage. He said no. Are you afraid of the analog last pick Leshrac?
В интервью тренера после прошлого пика он сказал, что он не боится вашего антимага. Боитесь ли вы их Лешрака?
Нет.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What was it again?
Нет. No.
No. Oh, no, that's what it was. I see. Well, then, let's see if it happens in this game number 2. Good luck, Bulk.
And luck may be needed here. It seemed like the panel liked the changes that Heroic made to their draft. I personally like to see that Whisper is going to be taking over the Earthshaker, and they got Analog a Leshrac pickup. That felt like a nasty last pick here, Avery.
There's a reason Timbersaw has been struggling this tournament. Now he's going to have to go up against another hero that can just absolutely burst and chunk him down. I'm looking to Analog to step up his game in this game too. I think he struggled the most in that game 1. It wasn't all on him. It was just a really tough game to find the angles for those Echo Slams against so many summons, so much scouting, a long-range poke lineup. You're against the anti-mage. Not the easiest Shaker game here. He gets the priority in that last pick. They put him on a super high damage dealer that can just get in the fight, play against a lot of heroes that he can just take down instantly. Looks like a great game for the Leshrac, and he has the silencer to cover him. I mean, what a silencer game. You're against Timbersaw, Darkseer, Dark Willow, Bane. This curse is gonna hurt in the team fights. The global silence can bail out the grip. Looking at those 2 heroes for Heroic to have big games here in game 2 and force this into a game 3. And if you're BB team, as the panel mentioned, you are trying to play some heroes that have not been too successful so far. Doesn't mean they can't work here, but they have been struggling.
Save in some trouble. Already used the Shadow Realm. Unless he can jump through the trees, he is gone. That's going to be first blood to Yuma. And that is quite the boon because the Arclings on both sides are suffering. Schofield will end up going down. Both supports will die, but it's Heroic who walk away with the extra bounty in first blood.
And there's some money tree action going on. Here's Prophet looking for the gold bags. Not a facet we see a lot, if at all. But if you start snowballing with it, it's definitely a little extra income. I did not have this on my TI bingo card.
No, I didn't either. I do remember that it was so bad they had to buff it up, but it seemed like the numbers still weren't quite right. I guess in this matchup, it does kind of look like a free lane for them. So if you don't need the extra lane sustain out of the heal, why not, right? It's a double range matchup against a double melee matchup. Like, surely you should win this scot-free. Oh, vacuum pull back in, trying to go for KJ Fairy Fire. Ooh, he walks back into the Ion Shell and will be run down and saved. He's already healed up enough. Refraction from Yuma is quickly burned through, and he'll have to back away. No rebuttal here. Schofield, meanwhile, a Fairy Fire of his own is going to be popped to stay alive.
His double melee offlane's really suffering against the double range, plus the presence from this Furion. Look towards Pure to have a big game for BB team. He can set the pace, he can drive tempo around the map, he can TP into all these plays, give you the extra gold off the money tree sprouts. Those can go either way too, you know, anybody can pick up those bags, so you really want to snowball off this facet if you can. True. Just have some bigger presence in the earlier team fighting. Particularly if the other lanes are going to be a struggle. This Darkseer lane is not going the best for BB team. And Yuma has had an incredible start on this TA. Despite some of the early skirmishing going both ways, he's absolutely free farming down there. And they picked up the early kill. So it's going to be another strong laning phase for Heroic. The Leshrac's going to free farm. The TA is pretty much going to free farm down there. And if they can get something out of this double melee offlane, it's another really good start to a game where they can pick up the pace. Be very interesting to see who rotates supports into mid lane first in this game as well, because you are really eyeing these 6 and 8 minute power runes, and this is an explosive matchup. Start taking some of these later points in Edict, just so much damage on isolated targets fighting for those runes, or if you get an early haste or arcane, Leshrac can be devastating with it.
And frankly, if the Earthshaker is already kind of struggling, and he can maybe do some Fissure shenanigans to pull the lane back, why not move the Clockwork, say, into this mid lane and try and help the Lesh win that matchup?
I think Schofield has the most freedom here. Decide what he wants to do. Trying to deny the water rune.
Miro chased down. The teleport will be canceled. A little bit surprising there. They were a bit low. Schofield brought low by the Nightmare. Katomi continues to menace this opposing support. He just cannot seem to use his cogs effectively at all. Every single time he tries to go for the cog hit, he just gets nightmared and hit a whole bunch.
Getting outplayed in this early game. Will at least deny the water rune out from GPK. It's a little minor win on that mid lane. That was his goal here, but another slow start from Schofield. And once more have to make it up, and this is not a game where you're going to get a huge amount of stacks up with this clock. You have to find some action around the map. Action continuing in this lane.
KJ not respecting the Shadow Realm Ion Shell combination. Maybe Yuma can, if he gets the kill on the core, it will all be worth it. But it's taking a lot of time off of lane. He still hasn't got to put the treads pick up. That'll help give him some extra movement speed to get the kill, and he does not get caught in the brambles. Perfectly manages his way through. Whisper alone in lane, does not die. He still had some stick charges and a Lotus to burn through.
Third kill on this lane for Heroic, and a lot of solo experience going into the TA. Honestly, I think KJ, he's more than happy with that exchange. His TA is going to be ginormous. Already almost level 5. We'll have level 6 on the Leshrac mid as well. I mean, it's Whisper being sacrificed up here a little bit, but this lane was going to be the toughest lane no matter what. You pick these heroes for the mid game, not their laning prowess. You just have to survive through it here.
Considering how well Yuma is doing, I halfway expected the silencer KJ to go through the gate, maybe help out this top lane, but he's opted against it, instead playing for power runes.
They're just too weak up top. Too many resources got burned out there. That play is not available. You can look for the mid clash, however. Again, these power runes are super valuable for the Leshrac if you can secure them.
I love that, though. They already have the ward in place. They will run down KJ first, go back for the power rune, which spawns top. Works out well for them. Analog would have gotten it otherwise, but instead, Katomi gets an amp damage, and he's going to pull the Leshrac underneath the tower. Now it's going to be Clockwork who wakes up that Leshrac. Leshrac going back in with a dive ball, doing massive damage onto Katomi. One kill and trying to get out. No stuns left. Save has already blown everything there, so Analog will be able to get away. Support for support trade-off.
Money bags collected from here. He's happy about that. Analog, did he overstep into the river?
He certainly did. Not having time ball. Getting Pete's in trouble. Sounds goes out, though. And now GPK is the one who has overextended himself. Analog, he'll tick out.
Do that abomination. Robo, you got Hogama. Fekon, Vision bro.
It's just such a good silencer game. They got really late in this draft. He has great silence later. I expect a big game from King Jungles here.
သိရမလား PVC က 2.11 2.22 လောက်သွားတယ်စိုးဗျာဘယ်လိုကောင်း
a bit too late. If it had caught him, his spirit tucked away into the trees, maybe they could have killed it, but now Whisper is been
game over ပြီး game over ကြိုက်တယ်ဗျာ
Templar Assassin can't jump into
game
this
over ကြိုက်
with
တယ်
GPK.
PVC ကြိုက်တယ် match over
Still
ကြို
gonna
က်
show up though. He is so strong right now. He's going straight to Pure. That's a guarantee.
Yuma ပြုံးတယ် like that.
GPK tries to pick up a Yuma real quick. The refraction blocking the damage. It missed the Timber Chain. Meanwhile, Analog, he cuts him down with that long-range chakra. The Facet comes through in the clutch for GPK, and he still has plenty of mana to work with. No more Diabolic Healing. GPK has free reign of things. A triple kill for him.
That's the kind of fight you wish you had that silencer involved in a little bit more. 3 points in Curse. He could do some serious damage to GPK in these skirmishes.
We thought he was going to get involved there. Instead, Nightmare pulled into the Chakram. Analog. He goes for the pure kill again, but around these ancient stacks and 2 heroes behind him. Analog can't go for another kill. Pure trying to get nice and aggressive. They know the ward's up there on the high ground, thanks to the Nightmare from earlier.
And Whisper comes to defend these stacks. Does not want to lose anything. Does not want to split the experience. He needs this Echo Slam to recover. He will get it here, uncontested.
Yeah, Schofield's going to block out Katomi. No way that he ever gets close enough. In fact, if he tries, he'll just add more experience to Whisper's coffers.
ညိုချက်တွေဟဲ့အောင်အိတ်ဘေးอ่ะ
Yeah, that's a little scary. Oh, that's it for the Shadow Realm. Not good enough. GPK.
He wants
Are you going to try for it? Timber Chain brings him down.
GPK boss gets that steal in game 1, and he is off to a 7-1 start here at the 8.5 minute mark. Just pure destruction coming out from this mid lane right now, who is he's on a warpath in this tournament, man.
Yeah, is there any doubt? He has to be the team, the player that is carrying his team the most in this tournament.
He is MVP in my mind right now. BB team are not here without his plays on the main stage. He'll have to go back to heal, but man, what a start for him. Playing into some tough heroes too. These are not easy heroes for the Timber to skirmish early. He really just played the fights well. You end up inside the cogs, you end up against the silencer spells, you end up against chain stun from the Shaker or the burst damage from the West. Not the easiest Timbersaw game in my mind, and he's had an incredible start here. It's going to go a long way.
He is the only reason that Heroic hasn't really broken away in this early laning phase. I mean, they're still up by a K, but it could have been so much worse, right? He gets that kill on Yuma, and that top lane rotation, that could have been just pure dying again. He's kept Analog down a bit, but he will be the center of attention for Heroic. Hookshot does land, and really no way out of this one. The cogs lock him in a cage, and the silence prevents any spells. Analog, he knows that he's going to have to stay one step ahead of this Timber.
He do it.
They're not going to have a lack of damage like we saw in that game 1 where that
block off around. Not needed. Whisper already has his blink dagger. He gets in front of Katomi, and they chain the stuns for another kill into Analog. Now second in network, and Yuma is topping out the charts.
This is a perfect pace for Heroic. They love this style of gameplay, and this draft is built for it.
You just showed so many heroes, though. Yuma, he's left alone in this bottom lane and run down by a simple 1-2 punch of a Miro wall and save with the Bedlam. That is going to cost Heroic a decent amount.
Gotta respect this Helm creep with the Darkseer Ion Shell and the potential back stomp that could come out. It's been a while since we've seen this combination, but it'll be live in this game. And all that space that the Timbersaw created allowed Miro to catch back up. He was doing farming. He was doing big stacks in the jungle. So this Darkseer's absolutely back in this game. They're trying to pick up the pace themselves.
Quell Blade pick up, but the Grave is on top of him with the Ion Shot. Now Santos go out. If they can trade this out to get the kill on Pure and be massive. Whisper doesn't have enough damage by his. Oh, what a Cox hit! A Sprout over to the other side. Enchant Totem to stop him, though. And Pure, he's dead. As aggressive he's tried to be. Multiple of these rotations have resulted in his death, and Whisper is taunting him all the way to the grave.
You gotta have some respect for BB team. They went in this game and they're trying to play Heroic style of Dota. They are just taking the clash, just getting aggressive, but this is a terrifying team to play this fast against because they'll take it to you every single time. I mean, these are some of the best skirmishers in the world. Schofield in his element right now.
Smoke breaking, Schofield. He'll just wait it out. GPK runs right into that brick wall.
Try and smoke the supports around. Tower goes down. Scan still hits on that hill. They're looking for a bigger core target in the jungle. They want Yuma right now with this grip.
Is this a two-man squad good enough?
They land the grip. They're going to try it all.
They got him. And a long-range hook shot. The grip is stopped, but the burst damage is still there. Now Schofield, big whirling death hit underneath the tier 2 tower. Cogs on cooldown, but BB team, they'll respect what Heroic have to offer. Backing away from the cliff and the multi-shot of the tower, not worth the risk for a simple support.
I think Yuma just not expecting 2 supports to be taking him down, but Wrath of Nature gives you that extra damage on all these plays. Air, however, is the blink dagger for the Leshrac, and this is when this hero becomes the scariest hero on the map. You pop the Edict, you blink on anybody, they're just gone. It's way too much damage for an isolated target. Expect the quick smoke out from Heroic. Still have that global silence to back him up too, so if you go in super aggressive as Analog, you can take that kind of fight. You can rely on KJ to bail you out of a really tough situation or some grip deep in the formation.
Did he have that global for the Fiend's grip on Yuma earlier? I have to imagine if you did have it, right? You would have popped it, right?
It's true. We have not seen it used.
Maybe Yuma expected he was going to get some sort of bailout here, but let's hope that global silence is put to better use here.
This is the same smoke path. They scanned it, and they have this ward still on the high ground. Their sentry in range never killed it.
Yeah, this is insane that this is still up. BB team unaware and caught out by it once again. Global silence just in case.
I think that was a little wasted global there, but
yeah, that did not feel necessary at all. They had that kill guaranteed. One courier. And a second Pure trying to juke it through the trees. Analog and Schofield, they tried their best, but distracted by the courier, they still got it. But it is Whisper dying on the other side of the map. As the aggression from BB Team, they see all these heroes on the other side of the map. They're going to go for the Wisdom Shrine, expecting that Schofield will do the same on the Clockwork. But they're going to fight. Analog, he's going to jump right into the bait. Opts not to go for the Wisdom Shrine, gets a quick kill on the support. Can he get to the Wisdom Shrine in time? He opts for the stun. He does not want to go into melee range of this GPK Timbersaw that has been menacing the map the entire time. He takes the experience and makes a run for it.
Hook shot in 7 seconds here.
Save, he knows I think he's given up his life to block the pass. Miro, he's run down by the dodgeball. That TV's not gonna work for him. It's GPK, the only man perhaps who can make it out. Schofield spots him. Oh, that hook shot just barely off the mark.
That is still a fight, Heroic.
Get low need.
7 brain drain. And that Darkseer, he was the most farmed hero going into that fight. Miro quietly just having himself a game here, farming up at a very fast pace. Big kill to give away. Your best team fighter on the side of BB. He just got locked in the cogs from Schofield, who chose to go to that fight over stealing the shrine. Absolutely the correct call. Arcane Rune in the river. Huge rune for both mids. Analog snags it. GPK not getting all the power runes he's used to. This is almost the downside for him having the best start out of everybody. Is this Timbersaw went 7-1.
Is under attack.
You can't push your advantage into this lineup. There's too many spells that counteract you. You need defensive items. You need either super fast Lotus or super fast BKB, and I think it has to be the BKB he's eyeing up because there's just way too many disables for you to play into.
He also couldn't really use that momentum, not just because of the counters, but because his own supports don't start the fights. They can't really guarantee that heroes will stay inside the Timbersaw AoE, whether it's because of the global silence. Frankly, Heroic's heroes are just better for that, right? The Clockwork and the Earthshaker, they're going to be much more active at starting fights for their mid than BB Team could be.
Control is just more reliable here. It's also longer range. Fissure Bucks hookshot, you can start the fight from anywhere. This Dark Willow Bane has to get in pretty close, and that's super risky against this lineup. There's a lot of interrupt. That grip is 0% guaranteed against the global especially, but even if the global gets thrown out, there's still a lot that can stop you.
Deso online for Yuma, puts it to use, does not get the last hit on the mid tower. So missing a bit of bounty there. Analog, meanwhile, working his way through the jungle with this Invis rune, spotted out by a sentry. Did BB Team with the night vision of Kataomi. They certainly know this is coming. He's going to be so far forward. He's going to be caught out the global silence. It hit, but the hook shot did not. Baited in by BB Team. Analog will overstep himself, and his team might be punished for it. Schofield, the 4-staff, gets him away from Pure. They will not lose anybody else for that blunder.
Under attack.
All 5 heroes were there to punish him.
The
Furion coming in, landing a little helping hand, and the damage is just overwhelming. Even though you get global to bail you out, you're stuck in the brambles. You're stuck in the chalk room. Just can't get out of there. You have BKB, I mean, that looks way different, right? But that is a ways away right now.
Slowing this down is crucial. Any pickoff because the Deso could lead to Roshan, right? But the faster you get this early Roshan and Templar Assassin, the happier you'll be, especially if you could do it during this night cycle where it is on the Radiant side. You can continue that cycle throughout the rest of the game. You'll always have that outpost advantage.
You just want to find any sort of pickoff right now. Keep hunting, keep abusing the fact that Lesh is super strong around the map and you have good initiation. Any sort of big skirmisher fight will lead you into that objective. They'll find a little Kataomi. Nice little pick off there. I don't think this is enough to instantly force the Roshan, especially where you are on the map, but you can chain this into something else as well. And you look at the vision right now, you would love to get some deep vision on Dire's side of the map if you are Heroic. The more information you can get of where BB Team are sending their heroes, the faster you can set these plays up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. And not in a
good complete for the Darkseer. BB Team's...
Yeah. Pure almost just TP'd into Analog up top. But they actually had a Dire Ward on that camp, so they saw him.
Oh, so he was teleporting to the Ancient camp?
And then about to go in there and farm. It would have been instant death. Nice defensive ops. Saves Pure's life.
It does. Now that's the sort of pickoff that could have led to a Roshan scenario, but as it stands, Heroic With the team fight item complete of the pipe, can't just force this. The game is beginning to slow down.
A very strong pipe game. The TA is your one solution to that pipe, but the TA is also not the hero that wants to go in and just be in the middle of all the ion shells, the Brambos, the Dark Willow, Chakram damage. Like, it's a little overwhelming for Yuma right now.
I expect you have BKB, that refraction isn't going to last long.
Just going to say, there's a lot of heroes who are going to want an early BKB in this game. Just
BB 2မှဖြစ်မှာ BB 2 1ပတ်ထားတာ
against early BKBs here.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်လည်း Fury ပတ်ထားတာဒီပွဲ Fury နိုင်မှဖြစ်မယ်ဒီပွဲ2 1သွားလိုက်ကွာနောက်ပွဲဘယ်လိုဖြစ်ဖြစ်ဂီးမဆိုင်ဘူး2 1သွားလိုက်
Both teams playing a little scared right now. Clumped on the map. Again, there's just a lack of deep vision on either side of the map. You see how many sentries are spammed through these jungles. Yeah, it's ridiculous right now.
It is.
Intentional? It's just both teams are kind of playing blind, looking for the next objective, which will be this Tormentor up top. BB camping it. They're a little early to the party, but...
I mean, better to be early than late. That's what it feels like Heroic's going to be. Are they not... Do you feel like they're at a disadvantage for contesting BB team? I don't think so either. I'm surprised they're playing so passive right now, but as we say that, both teams are going to go for their own smokes.
Middle tower is under
not going to be met, not going to be surprised on a Tormentor. Instead, they will clash inside the Dire jungle where BB team do have the word advantage with the initiation. It's going to be jumped onto the Dark Ship with the global sounds over the top. Two are wiped off the face of the earth. And now they get that. Whisper, he's going to chase after him here. The silence wearing out. GPK, he gets the Timber Chain out of there, and Heroic call it quits. Good enough for them.
Gotta take it away right now. This area is entirely Dire's vision control, so you win fights here, it's super nice. Get a chance to D-Work, get a chance to take that objective, save. Once to get something going.
Good force staff. I mean, this early force staff picker has done wonders for GPK, though. He's pulled in by this, and there's too many stuns.
Overreaching, trying to find a little opening and stall this objective up. You end up paying even more of a price. The damage is overwhelming from this lineup right now. There's just no way to take an easy fight if Heroic are the ones jumping you. Now it's a very fast hookshot Cogs, very fast blinking from Yuma. They have so much confidence to go in with their cores before all these BKBs are out because they have the global silence to back them up, whereas BB team do not.
And this jetpack could actually do a lot of work for Schofield. Helps him get out of Sprout, will help him find some of these supports, and maybe even the Nature's Prophet as he's been ratting around the map. BB team going to play to try and take this Wisdom Shrine. This is a crazy play. Schofield, he'll be Fiend's Grip right off the start.
Still gets it.
He still gets the Shrine. He will die. That's going to be triple ultimates used to kill this Clockwork. I think Heroic's perfectly fine with that.
If they can dodge fights when Global's on cooldown, that's the MO. And that's why BB team were getting aggressive. They want to fight when the Global's on cooldown. Massive opening for them, but we're just seeing, just dodge them on this cooldown, then you can regroup. When you have it up, you should have BKBs by then too. So I say that, and Yuma opting for Daedalus instead, just wants more damage. Feels like the Global will cover him enough, especially with his other cores going in besides him.
There is a trade-off. I can see both sides of this, but do you believe this is the right item choice for him?
Dire's middle tower is under an extra.
Honestly, yeah, the way these fights are going, I think if you get the BKB on the Lesh, he can go in, the Shaker can go in, you have the clock to create space. The grip should automatically be canceled every fight. You're not too worried about that. I think just ramping the damage faster here is going to be amazing, especially if you get an Aegis on this TA. That's when it will pay off, right? If you get 2 lives on Yuma and he went this Daedalus over the BKB, he is going to be an absolute beast in the fight. It's a very scary item for BU to play against because they just don't have the physical mitigation right now. You don't have like a Shiva's on Timber. You don't have an AC on this Furion. You can dice these heroes up.
GPK backs out right as Heroic.
Wait,
no, he's gone. It's a killing spree. Too easy. They have the Earthshaker and the Leshrac on one target. It doesn't matter who it is. Schofield finds the extra. He's going to jetpack, keep the vision on save, and eventually his Blink Dagger should catch up to him. There's the Fisher.
Is under attack.
And a Shadow Realm trying to dodge. They're actually maybe thinking about fighting this one. Miro's going to try and TP in. This is a little crazy, though. They still have the global silence.
Yeah, what is he doing?
And now Miro's in the middle of no man's land with nobody to help him. He tries to go for his own wall. Dead
ကဲဟာလုံထား hero it
should just be simple pickoffs. That is a massive blunder. You're gonna feed some heroes away. Roach is on this side of the map. That is an instant draw for Heroic. They will claim this objective, and that is why this Daedalus build is gonna pay off. Yuma, he knows they're stronger right now. He knows they can win the fights into the Roshan, pick the Aegis up, scale the damage way too fast for BB Team's lineup right now. They are now in a position where they have to find a way to stabilize this map, slow this game down, get the split push going, get some pickoffs going. That's 8 Deso charges on a minted Daedalus Templar Assassin at the 24-minute mark. That is not a hero you want to run into right now. It's just baiting the rune. This Lesh pick has been nasty this game. 9-2 for Analog. He's absolutely struck back, and there's just no clear answers to it in the short term. Now, you could maybe outscale it with Furion in the ultra late, but with Global to protect him against the limited control you have, I don't see anybody taking down Analog early in these fights now that he has BKB. And if he gets more items here, he just becomes an absolute god. I mean, you're looking at that Sanjin Yasha, you're looking at Shiva's guard, you're going to prevent a lot of the physical coming out from Pure. This Disco Pony dancing it up here.
He's getting strong, and BB Team are forced to concede parts of the map. Something you never want to hear if you've got a Nature's Prophet carry on your team.
You have your aura timing right now. That was Greaves done on Miro. He has Greaves plus the pipe.
I just don't think Pure is willing to fight against an Aegis, especially without his BKB.
Oh, no way
needs another 750 for that.
But even then, you're still not winning this man fight.
Yeah.
So you still have to find a solution to Heroic's team fight. Or just continue to rat the game out. And if you're Heroic, you would now have options because of that team fight dominance. You can leave Yuma alone with this Aegis. He's not going to be a target they go for. You can let him push. You can look for the smoke gank across the map. You can try and hunt the Furion. You can also just force the high ground and make BB come back. Doesn't mean you have to commit to that high ground, but you can get a lot of information off this and then go for that same smoke play. You have so much catch between the clock and the shaker. These kind of moves are easy.
Middle tower is
yourself this tier 1 mid.
I have no reason to
lie.
Every time you cross the river, you run the risk. There's just so many blink daggers, so much initiation, so many stuns. Heroic is bound to catch some of these heroes that cross over into their side of the map, catching a courier on the way to BB Team. They're doing what they can to rat the map and try and prevent the loss of some of these objectives. Their tier 2 towers, though, will start falling with 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis. Is there any world that Heroic would ever hit the high ground to see how BB Team respond, or are we just going to systematically work our way tier 2 to tier 2?
Probably get the tier 2s off the map right now, but you can absolutely hit that high ground and try and force some heroes back. The thing is, Pure is always going to be farming. So you have to weigh this economic advantage you're gaining versus what he's going to take off the map. If you can catch him, I mean, that's the dream. Catching any core out on the map right now. Schofield, does he have a read?
It just slips right past Miro.
That's insane. Matters into his own hands. Kills.
The Terrorite goes out. Timbersaw will try and take advantage of this. The first life of Yuma. And burning through this refraction. BKB goes out from Analog. And a quick angle save from Westbrook. Knock it down 2. Miro, he gets a force tap to save his life. Analog fighting up against the physical damage. Pure Pot's going down. He makes commitments to Lesh Track and he gets it. Meanwhile, Yuma on his second life almost dies here. Goes back against Pure. Knows that BKB is going to wear out. Knows the stuns are coming in with the cogs pushing around. They do have this nightmare in the back line, so Yuma just can't get down to this cliff. Schofield and Whisper, the 2-man tag team of stuns. They can't get the kill on Miro right away.
Lâu tha chui ra, mình đâu mình chui ra, mình chui ra, hini chui ra, kilo đi chui ra.
Double echo slam coming out from Whisper off the
mid tier pressure.
Absolutely feeling himself right here. Just decimates that fight that was once looking good for BB. Gets turned around with overwhelming damage from this offlaner. That's a buyback on the Bane for no result. And there's a little high ground poke. That was a scary fight for Heroic, though. They got caught on that ramp choke point into some wall illusions off the TA. The Darkseer Ion Shell was doing a lot of work there. Pure had a pretty good early start to that fight, bringing the Leshrac down with some decent damage out of this Furion. That got a little dicey.
They were able to kite around this Templar Assassin a lot.
Sorry, I just
but this was your one shot.
Bottom tower is under attack.
This was where Yuma was maybe a bit out of position and doesn't have that BKB. You won't have another opportunity like this. The BKB is going to be done by the next time you go for a team fight like this.
And a lot of that echo damage did go into the Darkster who had that pipe, so Miro was able to tank it. At this point, kind of, if you can get out, it's an okay-ish outcome, but man, the control from Heroic is just overwhelming, and they will always catch you. Power of the clockwork here. Schofield's just in the middle of you, causing chaos, not a target you want to focus. Sets up the return from Yuma, collects some more Deso charges here, up to 16 off that fight.
Oh yeah, he's huge. Analog. He runs into him, Andy Yules. Save. He's faster than Analog. The BKB will be forced. They got to get out of here. Save. He does manage to get a helpful force stab to get away here. GPK is going to go for it. Now that Analog's BKB is on cooldown, but the global sounds over the top of that BKB. GPK, he is left with no offense, no bite.
Whisper has an Echo Slam here.
I can't believe they're right next to each other. Jesus, what is happening? A Fisher goes out, and Whisper is getting some stuns and Echo Slam on the two of them. GPK is in trouble. He got baited into a fight he was not prepared for. Not with Yuma. 1,000 damage crits raining in on BB Team. Another stun. That'll stop the bait. There goes the Dark Willow. And BB Team on the ropes now. They managed to hold on with their barracks left alive because of the glyph before. Now there's nothing left to protect their base.
This is a lane for sure. Yuma's going to clean house here.
Is under attack.
Another great Echo Slam from Whisper. Probably not the way he wanted to get it, but he'll take it. An immense amount of damage going to the Timber. Yuma cleans him up. No BKB. And the Global Silence canceled the grip that was on the clockwork on the back of that fight. So you don't have grip to throw into those cores later on. I mean, the silencer's just ruining the Bane's day.
Oh, Fury's walking into a Lord.
Oh, they see him.
He's got a BKB, but they've got the stuns. They've got the instant hits.
Yeah, that is some overwhelming damage.
Double wards in this jungle area. Heroic knew exactly what Pure's playbook was gonna be when he's behind like this on the Furion. He's gonna play to your side of the map, and Heroic were more than prepared for enough for that.
Just look to the camps on the sides, right? There's only a few places he's gonna go, and he wants to go to some of those ancient camps. They've been setting up for multiple times in this game, especially with the vision from the clock and the TA traps. Put wards on top of that, and you have a lot to play with. This game is firmly in Heroic's grasp right now.
All that's left is to get another Roshan,
I don't mean to be
and then
but Dire's bottom
you can start to think about ending things. BB Team, I mean, if you're on their side of the equation, what are you looking at? What is the opening that could possibly bring them back into this game?
Baiting out early usage of BKBs or Global Silence will create an opening in that team fight. That is very difficult to do without getting punished, though, because of the range on the catch. The other opening is Massive Vacuum. Yeah, it sounds a little difficult to get here, but in theory, if you can vacuum 3 or 4 heroes, you have some spells to combo with it. You have the Terrorize off the Dark Will, you have Brambles, you have potential Centaur Stomp off a Dom Creep, you have Chakrams that can go through and dice everybody up. A Massive Vacuum into a wall, create a bunch of illusions, make that fight chaotic for Heroic can be another pathway to victory here, but I think it has to be one of those two options.
I mean, that timing is tight. Vacuum into Terrorize?
Yeah, it's not easy against the BKBs that are now available for Heroic.
But Heroic will lay claim to that Roshan and that Aegis. Allow them to go high ground once again. Take the outpost as well. Every little thing you could ask for is going the way of Heroic for this next high ground push at 33 minutes. All that's left is another pickoff to make it that much easier for them.
I've been watching Pure TP, and his TP decision making is not easy. You look at how much Radiant Vision is on some of these camps. It's like pick your poison. You have to pick the one camp that is not spotted, then try and get out. That is not the one you want to pick.
That's not the one. That's not the one. Whisper. Oh, that's blow. Back side of the map on Pure.
It's just nowhere to go. It's just playing Minesweeper out here. Too much vision control on Radiant side of the map, and you don't want to keep farming your own because your team also has to get something right now. Nowhere safe to go for this Furion. Nowhere safe for GBK either. He's going to have to be forced to pop BKB. No teleport available is already canceled.
Knows his life is forfeit. Does a little dance. Whisper, he's going to be chased. Do manage to catch up before the Blink Dagger comes back up. He turns around the Echo Slam, does what damage he can. His team is making their way here. KJ's now here. He slows him down. Thanks to the 4-step, Whisper can turn back around. BKB will last long enough, but save. Big hit there, and a fixture to finish him off. They couldn't get the Earthshaker. They'll catch both Save and Katomi. Worst comes to worst. They're losing their tier 3. They're losing their second lane of barracks, while Pure is still dead for another 30 seconds.
And there's a refresher on the silencer. Why not? If one global silence caused you problems, how about two? This game has completely spiraled out of control for BB Team. They had some brief windows in that early game, but since Analog has been playing decisive, it is all been heroic. No hope in these team fights, no chance in the skirmishes, no ability to contest Roshan, and this game is just going to end before the 35-minute mark. You went into the Coliseum with heroic.
You heard it here first.
Next time you better come prepared, because this is not the team you want to come with less team fight against.
Rogue say you want to play that early game brawl. We'll match you every step of the way and beat you with experience. They have pummeled BB Team to a pulp on this one. And BB Team are not equipped to be able to stop this one. Three-man what a decent style. We are going to game 3.
This has been a really fun series to watch, and game 3 is going to have it all on the line.
Yes, it is.
The game.
Playing against a team that made them look like they were getting pub stomped to pub stomping BB Team. Analog ran around on Leshrac owning noobs like he was smurfing. But it's easy to forget that this is one of his like staple heroes. He's played this time and time again. You can see the comfort. And what's really impressive to me is that, like Winter said, it's been 2-0 all the way for Heroic. This is the first time in a long time that we've seen that they win a game 2 when they haven't won game 1. So this bodes very well for them as a team.
What an execution of the strategy. After seeing their draft, we were all like, okay, this looks so much better than what they did have in game number 1. Whisper on the Earthshaker, he had Pure's number throughout the whole game. Every single time he shows up in the side lane, you have 2 supports who can actually hunt him down. That's why when we saw this Nature's Prophet opener and seeing Earthshaker and Blocker, who said he's not going to be having a good time. And there's also a reason why Nature's Prophet is not winning, why Timbersaw is not winning. He got that ultra kill, but guess what? Heroic, this is the team that's every single time they're going to be bringing in numbers. How many times so far at TI we've seen them use early buybacks, make sure that they have the numbers. They're bringing numbers into every single fight.
I mean, the Timber was kind of the only hero that was keeping BB Team in the early game. You know, he had like a 7-0 start. He was like having a pretty good time. But then it just came to a point where when the team fights, the actual real 5v5 started to happen, you can see that it's so difficult for them to fight into the Shaker, the Global Silence. And when you look at BB Team's lineup, the Darkseid and Timber, they don't really have a lot of synergy between their heroes, right? It's very hard for them to start the fight. They can only maybe rely on the Bane if he gets a good sleep, or a grip after the Silencer uses his ulti. Yeah. It's basically a lot of things need to be going in their favor for them to be able to start the fight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
Em số lại được. Asadu ဒီလူဆောင်ဥပီတယ်အဲ့ကောင်လေဟုတ်တယ်
5 seconds
ဒါမီးဖို့မပေးလောက်ဘူးကျွန်တော်ထင်တာတော့ဒီကောင်တွေလည်းသိတယ်မီးဖို့ဘန်းနေလားလို့
Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Quas, Wex, Exor, unstoppable!
You really should prepare for battle.
It's in the bag! Then I'm going home.
Race up! There's nothing else to do. This one is in the bag. Sure. That's what I thought.
30 seconds to battle. Oh, I see. Are those little people down there? Wonderful what they can do these days.
Sure. Sport legs, you know. On my way.
Did you? This is it. The battle begins.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. Why? It's not my fault. And then what? What? Now? Brain power! Nowhere is safe. Why are they attacking me? Last one there likes Tage and Wax. Certainly. I told you not to bother me. Wax? It worked! You're not gonna like this. Watch this. This is the way. Just what I thought. Trick shot.
Leave it,
Right. I'll let you get the next one made. No problem. We're charged champions of carnage. Yes.
အဲ့ကောင်တွင်းနေနေရအောင်အေးနေနေရ
And then what? Look out, world! Wex? The heavens rain fire.
You know what's better than first blood? Nothing.
Right, now, so no.
First blood.
On my way. That's what I thought. I need this one too. Race ya! Pew pew! You better run. Check this out. Battle cantrip. Fight me. Get ready. Why are they attacking me? Short legs, you know. A little of this. Crispy creatures of constant chaos. No problem. Behold. Yep. Coming. So simple. Explosive chaos. Meteor. Look out. Nuh-uh. Ooh. Yes. Want to see a magic trick? Think you can take me? Sure. Certainly. This what you want? Just what I thought. You got nothing. You get a scar, and you get a scar. Growing pains. This is the way. All set.
Radiant's courier has been slain. There is certain to be unimaginable retaliation.
Let it rain. Fire! Red fire! Can't forget Colby's most cunning fabrication. No way! There's nothing else to do. What? Now? Why? Attack! Ooh. Great elementals! Ow! What did I do? Sure. Ow! You're next! Oops, that could have been cleaner. Yeah! Let's see you do this! That's what I thought. Exert Trionis! This had found this in a real... I didn't think that would work. dug deep for that one. What?
Your top tower is under attack. No reflection on you, you understand.
Right. No pilots! Your cost fire! Don't blow your top. They said this one's a classic. Casper's Mandate of Moving.
Oh boy, killing spree.
That's what I thought.
Double kill.
Yep. Wex? Sorry, friend. Come and get it!
Money changes.
And then what? Just what I thought. Certainly. Or invoke these elements.
I hate to inform you that your top tower is under attack.
Yes. Behold, Lord Spirit! Why? Oh, I'll spin him up. Sure. Battle!
Oh, Rick! He's dominating now! He's dominating!
Agent likes you. You got it. Burning battle button. Want to see a magic trick?
Radiant's courier has been slain.
On my way.
Let us hope it left no little ones behind.
Think you can take me? Race ya! Sucks. Extra try solo!
Oh, not so fast, Morty, because he just mega kills. It's a mega kill now.
Here, I catch on quick. Moving. So simple. It's not even. I make friends wherever I go.
Bad tidings, I'm afraid. Radiant's courier has your top tower is under attack.
You're not gonna like this, right? Oh, wrong. Yeah.
I've never seen Radiant's structures looking so Your top tower is under attack. No reflection on you, you understand.
Short legs.
I hate to inform you that your top tower is under attack.
Why are they attacking me?
Your top tower is under attack.
Check this out.
Holy crap, Rick, he's unstoppable!
Sure. I'd say even I don't understand, but can't be lying. Found this in a real old book. Spin 'em up. Super Exort was XP4.
I hate to inform you that your top tower is under attack. Its middle tower has fallen. It's hard to see that as anything but advantageous.
Nice. Right.
Excuse me, but your bottom tower is under attack.
And then what?
My pension.
Sweats excellent. A little.
Morty, can you smell it? The smell of freshly slaughtered bodies. Killing spree.
Bird Express. You
Monster kill of a dub-dub!
Oh, I like this. Rip him up! Attack!
Radiant's structures are fortified. In fact, they appear radiant with health.
On my way. That's what I thought. Let's see, Ara, he's my best friend. Now, throwing hands. Why are they attacking me? Look at them.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
No problem. Wex? Orbs up! Can't I make friends wherever I go? Sneaky Pete. You got it. Spin it up. Not bad. I didn't think that would work. From the skies.
He's dominating!
This is the way. Check this cold snap.
These people are godlike people! They're holy shit! Double kill, oh man.
But you're in the way.
Nearly
Told you not to bother me. Orbital. Colby's most cunning fabrications. Certainly. Now. On my way. I dug deep for that one. Short legs, you know. You got nuts. Yep. They said the heavens rain fire. Yeah. Behold. Full spirit. This what you want? Want to see a magic trick? Uh-huh. Invoke the elements. Spirit shot. Leave it alone. Found the burning battle button. Coming. That's what I thought. No, not yet. Let's see you do this. Why? You better run. A little of this. Faster! Faster! Can't forget this one. Sure.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah,
Run in a series, I dare say.
excellent. I like it. Sure. What can go wrong? Cosmic tornadoes of celestial inferno.
ကျေတာကလေးစစ်တဲ့တစ်ကလေးတောက်တော့နဲ့တွေ့ပါကျေတာကလေးစစ်တဲ့တစ်ကလေးတောက်တော့
Fight me. Orbital.
At last, the enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Grid elementals. There's nothing else to do. Wex, excellent. Orbs up.
Mega kill. He just mega killed.
Your top tower is under attack. Has fallen afoul of the dire.
Found this in a real old book. You got it. No problem. Tornado! They said this one. How do I see where I'm going? Move it. There's nothing else to do. I'll add it to my chest. Behold! Sure.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
A little of this, a bit of that. Why? I didn't think that would work. And then what? Yeah! Orbs up! Bring them up!
The enemy's top tower has fallen. There. That must feel good.
Super godlike or beyond godlike, I meant.
Radiant's structures are not only fortified, they are positively glowing.
New mastery awaits! He's going to see some books. Just what I thought. I didn't think that worked. Racing barricade. I'm under attack. What? Well, they said this one's a classic. On my way. Speed cool. You're next. This is the way. No problem. You're full spirit. Right. Want to see a magic trick? Yep. Check this with Ghost of Carl. You got it. Let's see you do this. Race ya. That'll kick. Oh, I call it on. That's big.
Initiating killing spree mode.
Dragons, abyssal carnosphere. Where are my notes? Moving.
Note well, the enemy's top tower has fallen.
That's wherever I go. That's what I thought. Certainly. What could go wrong? Behold! Geist of Lethargy. Can't forget this one.
The enemy's top tower.
Level up attention!
Behold! Halloween's most cunning fabric, yes! You got nothing! What? Now? Short Rex excellent! Brave power!
这大概就是年轻人的操作吧。
Yep.
This will do nicely.
Certainly. The real me couldn't do it better. Moving. Spin 'em up. Invoke the elements. Why? Yeah, they said the ghost walk. You got it. Oh, I like this one. Orbs up. Sure. Sure. Can't forget this one. Learned this one all on my own. Found this in a real old book. Work 'em up. I'd say evil can go wrong. Just what I thought. Stick points, check this out. Let's do double. A little of this. Yes. I'm good. Happy? Element, it worked. No problem. Work sweats, excellent. And then what? Zap. Let's see you do this. Suckers.
Attention.
Behold! Want to see a magic trick? Orbital! That's what I thought. Sounds stupid.
တူရစောင့်နေရကာရီယာဟွာ
Command from the shadows.
Command from the shadow ဒီလိုပွဲကျုံနေပြီလားစနေပြီလားကျွေးနေပြီလားအားရတမ်ပလာပဲအင်ဒီကမာနဲ့โอเคကျန်တော့ကျန်နေတာဟီရိုတွေ
Slain. A moment of silence, please. Is that an allowable expense?
Get ready. It worked. Short legs, you know. Sun strike.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Just a kid? Ha! You get a scar, and you get a scar. This is the way! This all you can eat. Rex? There's nothing else to do. Colby's most cunning fabrications! On my way. A little of this, a bit of that. I told you not to bother me. Want to see a magic trick? Race ya!
Radiant's courier has been slain. This is no sort of place for a peaceable. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's structures are beautifully fortified. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Regrettably, your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen. You now have someone's worst fears confirmed. It's hard to see that. The enemy oh man, this guy's dominating!
Whoa, killing spree! Oh! He's dominating!
I didn't think that would work. Just what I thought.
I like to think your success is a testament to my mentorship.
Invoca pelea. Beating why negra.
Aunque Starbreaker va en 2 segundos. No, va a divear. Whisper va a lanzar el martillo. A ver si es que sale. Listo, martillo celestial. Y Whisper, el que sigue, la consigue. Kill sobre Pure. Tiltéalo, Whisper, tú puedes. Pero ahí está.
Been able to TP back with full resources, right? It's not as if this lane was going terribly for you. Now it is going terribly. That is going to be a lot of time off the lane for the gyro. Big moves from Whisper. Getting a lot of experience off these kills as well. There is that walk of shame.
Oh God, with
it's
no
a slow one.
So slow.
No boots, no smoke. It's just playing Dota the hard way right now for Pure. I felt like this game was going to be a little better, but it seems this man is destined to struggle this event.
It really is. Mid lane matchup, let's talk about that. 18-11 compared to the 22-3. So the Quap walking away with a lot more denies, so should have the experience advantage, but Dragon Knight still getting some good gold out of the lane.
Not the easiest lane for the Queen. GPK just winning that CS battle early, putting him in a really good position. You will have to get value out of these Sonic waves, though. That's the biggest thing. If you're BB team, you want to be playing a fast-paced game with the glimpses and the bushwhacks, but Queen of Pain's your biggest early game damage dealer, particularly when that ult is up. Gotta get GPK involved. That means focusing on those power runes, making sure his lane is good, and making sure Analog can't just push into that tower and force the Queen to sit here on low resources. Some situation like that is not going to feel great.
Save already marking his territory here. He's just going to camp out for 30 seconds if need be.
There's a triple stack potential for these Eidolons right now. KJ eyeing it up. Can he get them all?
Oh, yeah.
Tricky.
As Cav said, they've been practicing this, and maybe this is exactly how a triple stack for KJ.
Absolutely beautiful. This is the stuff you have to practice in lobby. Nail that timing exactly, especially with all these camp timings changing every patch.
Still, at the same time, GPK did pick up the shield rune, and he has the level 6 advantage. So let's talk about, you said you have to get value out of this Sonic Wave, particularly if he's going to rotate out of lane, because that means the Dragon Knight will hit this mid tower. What's the plan for GPK? Where is he looking to make this use of this ultimate?
I mean, you're trying to kill the Dragon Knight with rotations into you. If you think you have the damage, might be a little iffy with the lack of really strong newts from the supports. Otherwise, you wait out this Dragon form, and then you can maybe TP turn around one of these aggressive plays from the Dawnbreaker. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Like, punish Whisper if he tries to go on Pure again.
AJ, what are you up to? sneaking his way in. Is he going to go for the Wisdom? No, he's not. He's already got the scan on them, so he knows not to contest that. Instead, just plays to make sure that they can invade the triangle when the time comes to contest this gyrocopter.
Blocks the camp, gets vision up, trade out the shrines. This will pay off later, especially if these get stacked up for that Sand King. You can go in there and contest it with full vision. Would be really influential down the stretch here. Still, Yuma coming out on top of this laning phase. Top net worth hero, getting solo XP now. Potentially can also have some ancient stacks built up for him and waiting, and there are. I mean, there's all those stacks in the jungle as well. AJ just playing an economy game. He's not really playing the lane. He hasn't been pressured to sit on there too much. He's not using the Eidolons into the Sand King. He's just using them to stack. Could potentially get another triple stack up in this Radiant jungle. They're sitting there, they're waiting. This would be a huge boon for that TA when he moves in there early. And not something I think BB expect. This is not something you're looking for right now.
No, certainly not. And this is, I love that you're doing this in a game 3-2 because BBT, all right, he missed one of them. But a double stack this time around. Nightmare pushing him up the cliff. Kataomi in a bad spot now with Whisper cutting across too. They ensure they get that kill, but now with Miro in the epicenter, the Dawnbreaker ultimate, the Sonic Wave has to be used to finish off that tanky Dragon Knight, and now Whisper, victim of both the ultimates, will fall as well. Miro cutting across the map to make this happen. A big win for BBT.
That's a beautiful move from him. Not something Heroic expected at all, but BB are bringing the heat in this game 3. They are not going to get outnumbered. They are not going to get out-fought. And you have to respect the Dawnbreaker's capability to join these fights. There he's just in the river, but that can easily be a Solar Guardian to protect that DK on mid. So you need the numbers. You need the ults to go in, and a beautiful Sonic Wave connection. You caught Whisper going into it after the ult. That's just pure juice.
And then Pure being able to go into their triangle takes the hard cam stacks. We'll see if they're prepared to deal with the other stacks that Heroic have managed to build up themselves, but that combination of plays was huge.
This will still be a really nice accelerant for Yuma, because he doesn't want to go to that other ancient camp this early, but now this jungle is just pre-stacked, super efficient for him. You can give the bottom lane to the Enigma if KJ can stand down here without dying. Yeah. If he can just leech some XP, use Eidolons for some CS, he'll be happy. BB do not want to let that happen.
Yeah, they will punish KJ. He steps a bit too far forward, caught by the bushwhack, and gives Miro another kill.
Yeah, he had to be very disciplined down there, just hide in the trees type scenario. There's no way Save is going to let you leech experience on this dead lane.
They're going to give the Ancients to Whisper, so they're not just going to funnel it all to the Templar Assassin, which I do kind of like.
Yeah, he's already doing stacks himself. Like, it's just an insane amount of stacks coming out. Downside of all the stacking, though, is that Enigma didn't get to play the lane as much, which gave a very good game to the Sand King. And Miro has already put that to use, and his game is going to be a little slower. So there is a trade-off to this economy right now for Heroic.
No! Whisper, not now! Not on the main stage of TI!
Not his finest moment. I'm sure we've all been there, but not on this stage.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the opposing offlaner, he's clearing out stacks and has his Blink Dagger. So BB team are about to pick up the tempo more than they already have.
He is so farmed, man. This TA has 112 CS, and this Sand King is above him in net worth right now. That's crazy. That is a ridiculous start for the playmaker here on the side of BB. Maybe they insta-smoke with this and try and look for the play, because he has Epicenter available as well. Max Sandstorm, and he is strong. You would love to fight around one of these tier 1s to transition it into an objective. If you combine the Queen of Pain plus the Sand King right now, you can win any fight. It's an overwhelming amount of damage.
What a move from BB team, abandoning the off lane here. They baited out KJ. King Jungle sat in that safe lane expecting BB team to go on him again, but two-man smoke is going to be spoiled, and instead they'll try and take the off lane tower.
Dyer's
There's that smoke.
Here comes that Blink Dagger. KJ going to try and stop it as best he can, using the Eidolons to tank the tower. The Siege Wagon chips away at it, and BB team will reveal some of their heroes.
Sorry, I just
the full extent not known by King Jungle, not hit by the Burrow Strike, but the Bushwhack will certainly land, and they'll still have a glimpse back when necessary. Pull them back in a little bit. BB team are very scared to go in on this. They just don't know what's behind King Jungles. They had the right idea. The Heroic was behind him. They finally commit. A bit of an overcommit with GPK dropping the Sonic Wave.
I mean, maybe he just wanted the kill, but he didn't even get it. That was a lot overcommittal. I mean, this is a super important spell in this early game.
Is under an extraordinary
if you don't even get the tower out of it, you're going to feel a little bad with that usage. Nonetheless, you did save the epicenter, so you can continue to move Miro around this map. Turn him into a massive threat, and another double stack on this triangle. Just gotten out of control. There was the early ward placed there. Still up, by the way. He's never got dewarded on the cliff.
Is Heroic capable of contesting, though?
It's tough. I mean, you have Bane, Enigma.
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's
How do you get your supports in here and let them do anything, right? And your cores are not really contested. They're going to smoke for it. They're late to the party.
Schofield, he shows himself first, trying to get Katomi. Instead, the Static Storm for him. With the smoke wrapping up the side, that's going to be the bigger move. Miro committed its epicenter to kill this Bane. Dawnbreaker ultimate still coming in. Schofield somehow is still not dead, while the Heroic backstab does not land yet. They're still searching for these heroes. Okay, they managed to find save up here in the jungle, but at the same time, oh, the Black Hole is going to whip on GPK. And here comes a host of magic damage that should bring to the Dragon Knight to his knees, and KJ soon to fall.
Such strong cores for BB to skirmish around a defensive choke point like that with their tower support coming in. Pure can easily clean these fights up with overwhelming spell damage. You just glimpse the Dawnbreaker out. It's such a big factor. Whisper, he joins that fight. Looks like maybe you can turn off of his strength. Glimpse straight back to top lane. You're just missing numbers. Yuma's not in the middle of that, giving you overwhelming physical damage. The Deso's not done yet. Felt like that was just a bit of a forced engagement. Yeah, you see them taking the stacks. Yeah, you want to contest this, but your heroes are just not built for it at this point in the game. And you got to respect the damage this Gyrocopter can output. This is a fighting carry.
Particularly since you had another option. That was very clear, right? You've got a Dragon.
Is under
if they're going to back off and take off, you know, their jungle, their stacks, then you've got a Dragonite to pressure these towers. But instead, the tier 1 mid and the tier 1 safe lane are still up for BB.
You're also just close to big items. Like that Blink just arrived for the DK. That's a clean initiation when he runs up the hill with Queen of Pain. You can maybe make a play off that.
Yuma carry ma, Yuma carry ma.
You were closing on the Deso. It just felt like the wrong
Yuma,
time to
Yuma,
try and
Yuma carry.
Gain a little momentum off that team fight and save, looking for more.
Yeah, Katomi, he tried to go for the Wisdom Shrine, see if he could sneak a Nightmare play.
Whoa, killing
but he will be caught and killed on that.
Amp damage room top as well. GPK.
Top tower is
up for free right here, closing in on that level 12. Such a powerful rune at this point in the game for this hero.
Not only is BB team getting the kills, obviously, with a score of 11-4 to their favor, but it feels like they're actually catching up in stats.
Are fortified.
They definitely recovered the stack game. Early it went Heroic's way, but in the mid game it went their way. And they're just continuing to play off of Miro's strengths. These smoke games. A lot of early smokes committed. That might be something that comes back to haunt you when Roche is a contestable objective later. But for now, they are working, and it's giving you a lot of map control, especially if you get this tier 1 off this play.
And Pure's going to make sure they do get it. Miro behind them, ready to go with the epicenter. There's just, it's not possible for Heroic to stop this.
Radiant's middle tower has
taking advantage of the fact that the Enigma is just not that strong on the map compared to the range of the Disruptor. Hoodwink here. Listen, man, your games have been a struggle a little bit. Not make it any more difficult than we need to.
Yeah, there's no need to draw even more enemies on the field than you already have.
There's the Blink Dragon Knight move with the form already committed. They need to get something out of it.
Just using the blink, they know they can catch him. Dragon Tail, Beam's Grip if necessary, and they feel like it is.
Big kill. That's a 4x streak, almost 1,000 gold to the team after that kill. And some early Deso charges for Yuma, almost level 13. Really nice clean pick off there, abusing the fact that tier 1 went down early in this game.
Speeding these cores along to BKB seems a necessity for Heroic, though Analog's not going to go for that.
Mage Slayer.
Mage Slayer instead for him. Do you actually think that's the better choice?
It's just so good against BB's lineup. Like, I don't know how you can turn it down. Maybe it's a little slow, but...
I mean, by that same argument, is it BKB really good against BB's team?
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. This item's a little cheaper, a little better of a farming item. You can kind of build some momentum with it.
He was just about to get his Aghanim Scepter. He buys it out, but in trouble. Tries to pull himself away from the epicenter. Turns back in with the Starbreaker and the ultimate. He's going to drop it on Miro, and Miro might be be the one to be bursted here. Instead, though, the glimpse on the Templar Assassin stops the damage. Miro survives because of that. They claim Whisper's life. Take the tower once again. BB team, every single time it feels like there's a full plan out here where they are getting a kill into an important objective.
And everything is going through the Sand King right now. Like, all these fights and plays start with him going in. It's just not a hero that Heroic want to commit into, especially when you're getting heroes glimpsed out of the fight. If you bring the whole team together, you take that fight head on, you can take him down. You can win that 5-on-5, but not when you're trickling in one by one and Katayomi just gets the punish. You have to be a bit more disciplined around this glimpse in these team fights.
The smoke is going to bypass the ward, but Yuma, he drew on the map. He knew that this play was coming. And despite the ward offering some false security, he will not be caught in this trap. And instead, they'll place their own little play here, a high ground ward, and wait to see if BB team walk into them.
His map reads have been immaculate this event.
Radiant's bottom tower
absolutely
is
one of the hardest
to
carries to kill.
Violence.
This international, and BB trying to accomplish the near impossible will not find him.
Radiant's bottom tower is
top, but who are you going to find up here?
Top tower is under
Just Eidolon's pushing the wave.
It does at least ensure that the tier 1 goes down, but they've left Pure alone here.
Top tower has fallen.
They catch him on this Ancient stack. It's hard to do, though. There's a defensive ward around that Ancient stack. The Watcher is up. Instead, they're going to spot save. A much easier kill. Dragon Tail stays pretty tanky, but they get the Nightmare to pull him back in. Whoa. Got canceled there. Fiend's Grip. He'll finally go down.
Nice little pick off this ward in their own jungle. It's designed to do.
And slowing down the vessel is going to be huge for Analog's game.
Definitely helps. I mean, they have a lot of defensive vision right now. Heroic just trying to play on their side of the map, play around these wards that are giving him a little extra info, let BB run into them. It's kind of been the MO of this game so far. They have one ward across the river, and it's that Radiant ward bottom, which sees literally nothing, by the way, because it got replanted on by trees. So not the most useful in terms of information. And there's the Ags for the Sand King. Incredible timing here. 5-1 and 4 start. He is going to do some serious damage in the team fights if he goes unchecked.
And I don't really know how you stop him unless you get the initiation, which Heroic hasn't really managed to do in this game.
Yeah, it's really dangerous to try and counterplay this team against the glimpse, against the AoE damage. There's just so much waiting for you when you drop in. Maybe the one upside for Heroic here is if the game slows down, like their team is the one that can kill Roshan very quickly off the TA, whereas it's a lot slower for BB. Yeah. They're a lot more magic damage AoE oriented. That Roshan's not so easy to bring down, so they can't, it's a little difficult to force objectives right now, even though they feel like they have the team fight advantage. They will likely take Tormentor here. That's the one they can do. There's BKB for the Templar Assassin. This is contestable.
I really thought they were just gonna accept that they would give up Tormentor in exchange for. I
mean,
look at playing for farm, but
the item timing, right? You got BKB on the TA, you got the Mage Slayer on the Dragon Knight, and you have Blink Dagger on King Jungles. This could be a super pivotal item. The first fight where that Enigma has Blink, sometimes you click too much against that big black hole.
BB team are not doing the Tormentor. They're waiting and waiting. Patience.
Dire's middle tower
may just pay off here. Schofield, he's going to be the one to break. They got the vision on him. Trying to get a ward up there. Does manage to spot out at least the Sand King. Analog blinks over the initiation. Got the Dragon Tail stun. Into a little bit more. The Stormbreaker and JPK, but they're going the wave. And JPK, not dead yet. Gets off the Sonic Wave and stays standing.
These glimpses have destroyed them in the fight.
How do you stop them if you don't have BKBs on all your cores?
Still a black hole here.
He's still right here. Black hole goes out. Immediate glimpse. Still the Whisper. He's the Starbreaker. Oh, always secure. One more mountain and they've got him. Whisper. He runs headlong into BB team, accepting that this life is forfeit. He'll help get Yuma out of here. Will Yuma completely escape? KJ, he'll make sure that Yuma backs away. Yuma, you gotta get out of here. Oh, he's turning and fighting. This is insane. He's got Schofield trying to help out. Tries to blow up the save. Meanwhile, the
Yuma
Yuma fighting for his life underneath the sandstorm and winning with the buybacks coming out from the Heroic support.
Yuma carry Jaddy.
Yuma and Schofield make the call. A 2 versus 4 to turn the whole damn game.
Yuma.
With confidence at TI, you have to go for the big plays. Yuma says, I don't care if we lost the fight. I'm going to make my own. I'm going to win my own. What a turn and what a call from the heroic carry. They're going to get this Tormentor.
That could have been the game being over for Heroic. Instead, they've given themselves the lead in a game 3.
Such a difficult call to make, and they played it perfectly. And this black hole, that's as much as you can get there, right? It goes off just long enough that you're able to secure that gyrocopter kill. That's what you want. You're gonna have to pay some price to bring him down, but man, I was like, why is Yuma lingering here? There's nothing left to be done, but the Bane coming in with grip is just enough to give you confidence to go for this play. Nobody can cancel it.
Yeah, what happens if Miro was able to, if he had Bro strike up to stop that Fiend's grip in the first place? It could have been such a different fight, but instead, Heroic, now they've got quite the lead. 2,000 network up. Schofield, he'll be picked on by BB Team, who were threatening the Roshan. Schofield's got some information on that. Don't get it.
Looking for the glimpse.
Not quite.
I mean, they were threatening Roche, but this is a very slow Roche.
Yeah.
Again, they can't force the issue when they feel strong. That is the good news for Heroic. And man, Yuma is massive now. Level 18 on this Templar Assassin, 12 Deso charges. He gets this Daedalus, he is going to cook them in the fight. This lineup has a big weakness in it, which is the man fight potential. The ability to stand there and fight a BKB carry. The Gyro cannot deliver in that department for some time, which is why he desperately wants this Aegis right now.
It's slow, but BB Team confident that they can still win the fight. No! What a fast reaction from King Jungles. Pulled back in, but he's completely went down on that Static Storm. Still though, wait, GPK's in trouble once again. We've seen this one before, but the Bushwhack saves him this time. And an epicenter demolishing Heroic right in the middle. Still though, Yuma had a chance, couldn't kill Miro. BKB TP out, Whisper dies as he gets run down. Same as Schofield. BB Team, they hit right back.
Saves you so goddamn good. It is ridiculous. He has delivered time and time again on this hero. He always finds the Bushwhack at the exact moment BBT needed in the fight. They get a swift Roshan into a team fight victory. The momentum swings back their way up 2K, and now this Gyro can take the fight to the Templar Assassin because he has 2 lives to do it. Ags online, Manta online, and an Ags delivered for the Queen of Pain. That will be GPK's item of choice to try and scale into this one. Could be pretty nasty against this lineup that's already a little clunky and doesn't have that much mobility along all 3 of their cores. You get hit by these daggers, it's just gonna kite you out. It's gonna make your life miserable. You're gonna be stuck in the sandstorm. This team fight is not getting easier for you right now. You have a black hole available. Go for a quick solo pick off.
I mean, the Sand King is everything to BB Team.
Wait, no!
So when he's dead for this 45 seconds, it does give Heroic free reign.
Nice find. Absolutely drop this Enigma ultimate to take a core off the map. That's a lot of time to recover, get the farm back up. But I will say Analog's road ahead of him looks difficult. I mean, this Dragon Knight 1-4 start. He went the Mage Slayer, didn't get the team fight victories out of it. Now this item feels like you should have gone for something that's going to scale a bit harder. Very tough position for him to be in. He's just going to have to play on the front line, use his strength and tankiness to deliver a team fight victory for Heroic while Yuma cleans him up with the damage.
Do you think that that the Dragon Knight's lack of scale right now is why the game favors BB Team so much? I mean, they've given it a 70-30 matchup. Why do you think that is?
Their cores are out ahead, and they're going to be able to kite the Dragon Knight out. The Dragon Knight's not delivering enough damage. This Dawnbreaker's not delivering enough damage. They have some decent sustain, but BB can push through that. As we've seen, especially Queen of Pain with an Axe build, she delivers a lot of sustained damage over the course of a long fight.
That's why Heroic put so much effort into killing this Quap at the start of every fight. That last Bushwhack,
that was
saved
so nasty.
GPK's game, though cut out by the Fiend's grip here.
Beautiful catch. Heroic finding some openings on this map right now. This Aegis period has not been clean for BB. In fact, I think they're losing net worth lead. The solo ultimate pickoff game between these 2 supports is amazing if you can just continue to do it. There's nothing global to bail you out. There is no Dawnbreaker ult. There is no global silence. Found some big ones here. Yuma's been involved every time, which is the one here that's continuing to scale and power up for Heroic. Level 20 now in this Templar Assassin. About to finish Daedalus. Continuing to find the Deso charges. It'll be a fast butterfly for Pure. Try and bring some evasion to the field against this TA, who's not going to have MKB for a while. Would be a really nice timing to get it online. You combine that with a Satanic later, you're going to be very tanky. But Heroic definitely recovered this period. I thought this was going to be a lot worse for them. Instead, they just took the lead. They found 2 big pickoffs. You're almost to an Enigma BKB here.
That's crazy. They have nothing to stop that.
Nope. It is a free Enigma BKB Black Hole game, and that is the terrifying part of this pick. I think KJ has itemized absolutely correctly. You could have gone for some auras. You could have, tried to build a pipe or something. No, just go BKB Blink, get in there, and deal the damage. If you're in a situation where you can Black Hole the Queen of Pain or the Gyrocopter, that can just be the team fight over. Yeah. You're taking so much damage out of BB's lineup, which is another reason why they have to continue to scale 3 cores here. You're up against some very strong debuff piercing ultimates between the Bane and the Enigma. You cannot rely on one hero to be the say-all, be-it-all. You need to get in there with everybody and deal damage across the board.
BB team with less than a minute left on this Aegis. Want to take the tier 2 top, completed a butterfly. A lot of timings coming together here. And Pure likely to just brute force it. Level 20 as well.
You have to get something out of this Aegis.
Not in a good way. I've never seen
you have lost around 4 or 5k net worth lead.
It will also be the Wisdom Shrine.
Dire's bottom tower.
Whisper, he's going to try and stop Mira on the other side, but
they're going to fight the other one.
And that means they're going to chase after the Gyrocopter.
Unable to find the stun. Put a Solar Guardian into that. That was a dangerous play for Pure.
That was.
AJ playing with fire on the back line here, just taking camps away, getting wards out.
Yeah, look at all the vision he's gotten down and placed that lane ward up top. Like, they know what the game plan is. KJ, he wants to just wrap the map as much as possible, and he's doing a good job of it with his Eidolons. The wards enable that.
And this is an impactful 0-8 Enigma. It does not feel like he's 0-8.
No, it doesn't.
You can also just potentially find a solo hero with Black Hole into Solar Guardian. Like, that is enough damage to bring some of the heroes down in this game.
He commits for the courier.
That's the Gyro courier did die.
Got off the shield. That means Pure will still have a TP scroll if that courier can get to him. We're currently smoke wrapping through triangle, getting deep into Heroic side of the map, and wrapping into Yuma. Yuma right past him. He blinks away. Instead, they get the Bane. Even getting the BKB out of the Templar Assassin would have been a small win, but smaller still is the life of Schofield.
Maybe they try and kick Analog out up here, but there's Radiant Vision up here. He can play it to the limit. That was an amp damage Queen of Pain for GPK. That was something they wanted to turn into a team fight. Won't get it. We'll have to probably wait for this next Roshan if Heroic continue to dodge. So there's the BKB for KJ. Their team fight's online. It looks scary, man. This Black Hole is going to be a big problem if you clump.
I think it's always scary when you have the rat combined with the clump punish, because you're so busy running around the map that sometimes, maybe discipline, it wavers a little bit, and you don't maintain that positional, distance between each other to make sure you don't get Black Hole. You're so busy chasing after the Enigma or the Dragon Knight who are ratting you out that you may find yourself in a turnaround situation.
Or you Heroic may not expect the move to come into you because you've been on the chase for so long. Now you are the chase.
And it's Kanatomi. He monster killed! 2-shot casually by Yuma. The rest of the smoke not revealed yet. Now it shows on a save. Save shoots himself down to low ground, but revealed. The trees are taken away from him. All cover gone. And Yuma, a godlike spree for him and his Templar Assassin as they regain control.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just feels like Heroic structures are read on this map right now. Yuma just playing out of his mind. A perfect game from him so far, 9-0. TA has an insane amount of Deso charges, an insane amount of damage, and if you give him an Aegis in this game, that was an important reason why BB took it away. You do not want to put Aegises on this Templar Assassin. That fight becomes impossible. Just outmaneuvering him right now. They have found more pickoffs. They've gotten the lanes in better. They've got deeper vision, more information to play off of. It kind of feels like they're outscaling him. Like, they have this Enigma backup. They have this Bane grip that can come out. I don't know what this Gyro is supposed to do in these late game fights against all these debuff piercing ultimates. You can recover this Dragon Knight's game. It's not impossible. He already has that BKB done. He can build into some damage. You can get a Bloodthorn here. You can eventually get to Black Dragon if you want it. You can get a Mjolnir. Whatever your choice is, the DK is going to do some serious damage. There's a lot of pressure on BB to try and find something here in the next 5 or so minutes leading into this next Roshan. You have to execute. Have to find a jump. Have to make Heroic clump so your AoE can go to work. That's the best thing about your lineup.
Are they ever going to have anything that stops BKB TP out? This rate, it feels like Heroic could do this indefinitely as long as they have the right vision to see the initiation coming. It feels like they could just keep splitting the map until they're finally ready to fight again.
Austin, this is Heroic. Heroic doesn't dodge you. Heroic fights you. Okay, if they're stronger, they're going to force the issue.
I guess the question remains, do they think they're stronger?
Oh,
they're trying to play for Roche right now. They know the exact timing of it thanks to the Templar Assassin innate.
Or max respawn.
A double meld hit.
It's fast.
It's going to be so fast at BB Team. Even if they were to move right now, they wouldn't get there in time.
Such a big win. I mean, it's not just a win because you get an Aegis on a TA. It's a win because there was never a team fight around this point for BB. That is one of the places they could have gotten a clump out of Heroic, just naturally doing the Roshan. Their lineup could have punished that. That fight never happens. You missed that opportunity. Now that team fight's going to happen in terrain that is far better for Heroic to fight around.
I will say this, without a doubt, BB Team just looked more scared. Right? They've clumped all the way. They're just 5-manning across the map non-stop. Heroic, they're playing with some risk, right? Their heroes are split up around the map, and as a result, the net worth that they pulled back into their favor has swung this win probability to almost an even game.
I will say Pure is hitting his power point, right? That's something he's done. He has the butterfly. There is no evasion Pierce on this TA yet. You get some good evasion procs in that fight. You get a good Satanic off. You can live for a very long time here. You can maybe even survive some of those big ults coming out. From the there's a Tormentor sitting there right behind him. They're expecting the fight, but how long can you wait for this? Everybody waiting for the fight to come to them right now. This is what happens in a TI elimination game. You do not want to be the first to pull the trigger.
BB Team, how long are you willing to sit here?
You gotta just do this Tormentor, right? They're trying to bait it a little bit.
But what if Heroic never want to contest? What if they just want to farm?
This is where patience can be rewarded. They just walked over that Observer Ward, BB. They got information. That's what they wanted. They saw 2 cores up here. Can you get the jump?
A little bit out of sight. They spot Yuma. Yuma's right underneath the ward. Can Nero get this initiation?
He has
They've
the
got to
Aegis.
chain the stuns. Yuma's walking into them. Oh, wait. They make a little bit of jump there, but this
They
gets
don't want
Yuma. They don't want to go after this Aegis hero. But
they want
Analog. Your option. They go for Analog. The Mistburrow. And the BKB goes off from Analog. BB Team, can they recover this? Instead, they find Schofield. But Dragon Knight, he jumps into the back line, and that gets the opening Whisper.
Oh, mà là hú giải này. Oh, GG. Already, what the fuck?
against a lineup that punishes you so damn hard every time.
ခမ်းပတ်ပြီးဒီရောက်ရင်ငါးသားနှစ်မျိုးလိုက်တာမထည့်ရဲတာဗျထည့်လိုက်ရမှာငါးသားပြီးတယ်ငါးသားပြီးတယ်ငါးသားပြီးတယ်
With the BKB expiring, you have Aegis to play with. It let Yuma frontline. BB saw no good targets. They got pushed into a corner, and they had no answer for the teamfight supremacy that was double Solar Guardian Black Hole. That ult from Whisper stunned everybody just on the edge. Heroic break this game open. They are going high ground. 11k gold lead. 2 minutes on the Aegis. No buyback available for this Gyro for 40. This should be 1 lane, maybe 2 guaranteed. And a potential top 4 for the first time in Dota history for a South American squad. The spirit of an entire region behind Heroic, and they're playing like it. They're playing with that aggression, with that fearlessness, and now they've got full, firm control over this game. 13,000 net worth lead, and an Aegis still for a minute and a half. A banner still for another push if they want to try for it. BB team, they push outside of the base. They find Schofield, something small to work with. Heroic, say you can have him.
Let's die back on the Bane. At least you get some time to regroup here. But how is the team fight getting better for you? That's the big question BB have yet to address. You can put your gyro on the front line. You can maybe just say, okay, we messed up that burrow strike. We lost a lot of the Sand King's damage, but there are BKBs on the side of Heroic. There's double Solar Guardian to help you sustain through it. And the Black Hole threat is just immense right now. You don't have a clear answer to it. You can sense the frustration. You can sense the dire situation BB are in right now. This is just a nasty fight. If the TA isn't there with Aegis, that's a very different story, right? That ward was extremely good. You had the angle, but you didn't want to jump him, and you can't blame him.
And then Analog gives the opening for Whisper, and both Pure and Katomi. Pure stuck in the Lotus pool. I didn't have a way out.
Just land a Black Hole on 3. Throw the other Guardian on top. That Lotus pool did him no favors. They just got stuck in it.
Whisper, over 5,000 damage being done.
So clutch.
Level 25 for Templar Assassin. Level 25 for the Dawnbreaker right around the corner.
Big talents. Absolutely massive talents. They're even going to have the level 18 on KJ for the level 3 Black Hole. That's a significant damage upgrade. You have the Bloodthorn on the Dragon Knight. All the late game scaling coming in for Heroic ahead of BB.
Radiant's middle
Still need
tower
BKB
is
on the
under
Queen of Pain
attack.
here. You need Refresher on the Sand King. These are the biggest items that BB need right now. Just getting to him a little slower. If that fight breaks out before you have double Epicenter, it looks near impossible. Right, this could be a game where you might just have to go Divine Rapier on the Gyro. Like, it doesn't feel great, but you are going to need some overwhelming punch in the fight. There's nowhere else it can come from.
BB team, they've had some crazy comebacks before in this international. Their backs are against the wall on this one, and it's beginning to show. Miro's failed jump on that Burrow Strike. The nerves are clearly playing a hand here in this game for BB team. The pressure cooker that is TI. You will not experience more intense situation as a Dota player than this.
You can't practice for it. You just have to hope that decades of experience go the distance when it matters most.
It's what it means to be clutch. You've either got it or you don't. Another Tormentor for Heroic.
They're just getting so much right now. Analog's game completely recovered. Level 25 available for the Dawnbreaker and the TA.
Yuma runs right into Pure. Hello.
Not afraid at all. Some damage off that sharpshooter.
Hey, he did get pretty low. And they will Solar Guardian just to make sure he does not get jumps in. This instant Miro trying to go for it, but a double BKB, and he's met with a Dragon Tail.
Initiation is denied. That was bizarre. They just let him sleep there forever. I don't know if that was a bait or just it was so janky, but BB fell for it. They ended up losing their Sand King, who was on his way to that refresher. They might have to take this fight without him. Need to find something here. He has no buyback.
A quick pick up on Schofield. What do you wonder for them? They do have a Static Storm. There's no BKB, so Solar Guardian goes out. They got the Black Hole. He's keeping himself up. 1 versus 4 for it all. Trying to take down one of these cores. He's fighting up against Analog, and he's getting the life steal. Team on the edge, but they will hold off that fall just a little longer.
Dude, what a fight from Pure. He just gets in the middle of everybody with this Satanic Butterfly, gets a couple evasion procs. The Dragon got us isolated, couldn't put the damage into him. He survives, gets a massive Satanic off. and finally able to deliver a killing blow to Heroic in this team fight. That was a very bold fight to take. 4-on-5 without your biggest team fighter. Beautiful execution here. Sonic Wave lands exactly when you needed it on all 3 cores.
Look at Yuma. Oh man, pushed up to that high ground. What can you do?
And the daggers are just flying from GPK the entire time. They took such good advantage of that Dragon Knight being isolated in the kinetic field static storm, pulling a team fight win out of nowhere. BB do it again, and they're going to get Roche off this. This is going to be another Aegis for Pure to play with.
Roshan has fallen.
Refresher shard in the pit, banner in the pit to take all of that away from Heroic. That would have been a game ender.
The game has slipped through Heroic's grasp.
They were in control. They were marching their way to victory. And now this is absolutely anybody's game.
They've got to claw it back.
I mean,
but BB team, they've got the momentum now.
Is this divine territory for Pure? I ask it again. You have Aegis. You're getting close to that gold. You're running out of slots. This man has done it before at TI. It's not uncomfortable for him. And it might be what you need to win this game. Think it's Swift Blink.
Refresher for Miro. So if they can find that initiation, Pure will be able to jump right into it, as will the Disruptor potentially. Now that Burrow Strike, it's a lot more deadly if it's an Ag Static Storm over the top of it.
These are the opportunities BB need to win these fights. Didn't exist 4 or 5 minutes ago. They exist now. You have an opening. You can go in with this Burrow Strike and threaten any of these cores because that Ag Static Storm will be dropped on top. And there is no way to bail that hero out other than committing more with the Solar Guardians on top, with a black hole in the middle of everybody. It could work out for you. It could be an absolute disaster.
Yeah, the more you throw it at, the higher the risk is, right? Maybe that Solar Guardian doesn't save you. Maybe you're just running into that Static Storm, and BB team on the hunt. 3.5 minutes left on this Aegis. Sweeping across the map, keeping that same 5-man formation. They say, if we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down together.
Pure, he disassembled that butterfly for Swift Blink. Felt like the MKB was incoming for Yuma, which would have been his next item, but he doesn't have it yet. Kind of interesting to give up that evasion. You do have 2 lives off the Aegis and that Satanic.
Especially since that evasion was entirely what saved him in that last engagement.
Absolutely did work. Look at this base ward right here. This is incredibly nasty if you get caught on it.
Something interesting to work with. They get a little information on the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, keep in mind, 25 hit for GPK. That's a Sonic Wave damage upgrade. This thing's hitting for 900, and he's the one who got the Refresher Shard off the Roche. So it's going to be double 900 damage, pure damage, Sonic Waves going into the fight. Amped up even more. This is over 2,000 damage of Pure going into somebody. Somebody just has to take it.
Heroic have to get the jump. It's the only option. And Pure is going to put them in a very uncomfortable position. With the banner drop and a Swift linking into the base.
You do not want to dive too deep, though. This is still a lineup that can
look at the cut. This is big. If they can manage to take away the mid-creep wave as well, that should be protected by BB team.
Kills that banner, though. It hurts a little bit if you're gonna commit to the high ground push here. It's such a terrifying push. You don't know who has buyback available. And guess what? It's all 5 for Heroic. They all saved it up. This push is almost doomed to fail unless you execute out of your minds right now.
Play game ပြင်ကြနေပြီ Hero က Yuma ကကွန်ဘိုတွေဟုတ်တယ်အမားနဲ့မောင်တဲ့တွေဘယ်လိုအမားနဲ့မောင်တဲ့တွေလဲဒီကျွေးနေပြီအောင်အေးဟိုပြတ်သွားပြီပြတ်တော့တော့
With the buyback being used on the Dragon Knight. Heroic, they want to make the most of this situation. They got the control on the GPK.
Yeah, this is where
He's away. Sonic Wave and back in. A killer instinct for GPK, but it might just go awry here in the black hole. It catches Pure. Saves Whisper. Wait a minute. By Satanic, he stays alive. Doesn't lose the Aegis just yet, but Analog, that's going to be a dieback for him. A Nightmare on the high ground. No, he's not going to make it. Stuck on the low ground and nothing on a bushwhack. Save. Give
them an opportunity. BB team still working with this Aegis. Do they go in? Do they go for the throat? One of them with no buyback.
You use GPK, you all in here and you die. It's game.
Is under attack.
It's up to Pure. It's his call. It's his shot to take right now. 30 seconds on the Aegis. Another buyback from Heroic. They're down to 2. Whisper on that Dawnbreaker, Yuma on that TA. They somehow got Whisper out of that
Another
fight.
refresher. They may not see it's coming. There's another black hole available. And he takes all day. They got the Static Storm on a Pure.
But you can't go.
They can't. No. He does go. He does get that kill. He does force that buyback.
Where is it? Yuma, you have to pull the trigger. There it is.
KJ, this is an opportunity. A moment for greatness. Can he hit the black
Oh,
hole?
Everything
for Heroic.
Cái gặp mình đâu show me ရောက်ရေးဘယ်ဘုကပြန်ခတ်ပတ်သွားတယ်ကြီးပဲဗျာ
How is he alive? He's just tanking Sideblade after Sideblade. Not enough to kill Miro and Pure. He can play it slow. He's got another Satanic coming up.
There's no way you back here, right? I mean, you have pushed this to the limit so far. You have another Satanic. You've gotten everything out of her.
မောင်တန်းနေဖြစ်နေပြီလုံးလို့ပန်းချင်မေမောင်တန်းနေဖြစ်နေပြီမောင်တန်းနေ
Pressure black hole dropped.
မောင်တန်းနေလုံးမောင်တန်းနေ divine နဲ့ချိုးပြီမောင်တန်း
Pure
နေ
makes the call. Divine Rapier, Swift Blink in. He's going for the throat. Going for the throne. He wants to deny the South American top 4
and claim his own top 4. He made it to the final day of TI before. He's led a team to this victory before. He apologized to his team. He said, I'm sorry, but next time, I will carry you. And he does it. He takes his team all the way to top 4.
Can anyone hear me?
ကဲအားလုံးပဲအနားယူပါပြီဗျာနော်ရိုးရိုးကားကြိတ်ပါကျေးဇူးအများကြီးတင်ပါတယ်တက်တာပါ see you ပါဟုတ်တယ်ရိုးရိုးတီးပါဘရူနိုင်